case you wanted to know, I'm in a big fat long right now. We entered it already this morning with a 200 crossed on the 1 minute. Pretty simple stuff. Did you miss it? Join the trading group and stop missing gains. Come on, man. Why would you want to miss that? Like, why? I make it so simple to collect money every day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. $93,000 Bitcoin getting a pounding to the downside. My first trade went well. My second trade, not so much. We're going to break it down, see what's happening today in Bitcoin land. Shout out to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. You know, I wore the sweater vest today. Why? Because in Boston, it's freezing cold, and I just feel like it should be cold outside. But here in Florida, it's not cold, but I feel like it should be cold. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. Interesting enough, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's jump on in. Let's break down Bitcoin for you like we do every single day. It's been pretty interesting and not that easy to figure out. It's been quite difficult, to be honest. I somehow pulled off a scalp this morning, which I'm going to explain. I see a beautiful bullish divergence, which suggests we should get a bounce to the upside. That should be our daily bottom there. I mean, it's such a strong bullish divvy. You can see the indicator caught it. I caught it, and it looks really nicely. I told my trading group, hey, that's a strong bullish divvy. We haven't seen a strong bullish divergence on the 1 hour that strong in a long time. You know what I mean? Like right on the RSI. We haven't been right next to the RSI. Thank you so much. How did you know I needed coffee today? Yeah, and you weren't going to bring it, right? Come over here. Let me give you the hug of your life over here. Let me hug you so hard you can't take it anymore. To the moon, Alice. To the moon, man. You're the king of nothing. Well, that would make me the king of nothing. You're nothing. Well, that would make you the king of nothing there. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate your love. Appreciate your constant viewership. Let's get the music down a little bit. I think the energy's a little too high for some charting, but it's good. I can't keep the energy down. You're like, wasn't the guy up all night in the trading group? How the heck was he posting at 2, 4, 3 in the morning? And he's still ready to rock with more energy than I have. I slept all night. I'll tell you what, God provides. If you push yourself to the limit, God will give you what you've never thought. You know, and inside of everybody is an undying form of energy that can continue to push you. You don't even know you have it in you, but it's there. Once you start pushing yourself and finding motivation, it's going to dig deep and it come from within. Every single person here in the stream has this energy that I have. You have it. You think you don't, but you do. Once you put yourself in that situation, once you're grinding with some type of passion, once you're going after something you love, my goodness. I was listening to Andrew Tate last night. You know, Mech C did an Andrew Tate Spaces last night. I was trying to get on. I thought they would let me get on, being, you know, at one point I was the #1 dude. But anyway, Mech C, where's the love, you know? But interesting, you know, and he said a lot of the same things I say. He doesn't say a lot of the best things I say. He says some things about women that I'm sure people don't agree with, and 100%. Well, you know, let's, you know, and even take the person away. Let's talk about the age-old practices of what we talk about. Doing the same thing day in and day out, knowing that you're going to be a winner no matter what, because you're going to fight so hard that you're going to win. Your discipline will make sure that you win no matter what, whether it's trading, whether it's working out, whether it's a job, whether it's a court case as a lawyer. I don't care whether you're a doctor trying to figure out brain surgery. Your discipline will push you through. It's going to be the reason you survive. It's going to be the reason you have what you have in life. Everyone has talent. Talent will get you in the door. But talent doesn't do a dang thing if it doesn't work hard, man. Hard work beats talent. If talent don't work hard, that's 100% what I was told, and it makes 100% sense. Okay. So Bitcoin. Bullish divergence here this morning. I just want to break down the smaller time frame for a second here. This morning, we got a break above the 200 MA. So I entered a long. I entered this long too. Didn't play out. I was like, I entered this one. This one played out way better. Okay. Then what I was looking at too was the smooth moving average. You know, on my leverage account, I always have the smooth moving average up, and I'm looking at that smooth. And when we got above and I told my students, I said, watch the smooth. I said, when we get above the smooth on the 1 minute, look for a big pump to the upside. What happened? We crossed the smooth and we did what? We got a huge pump, you know, considerably to the upside here. Now we're still above the smooth moving average. Somewhat of a sign. Look at shoulder, head, right shoulder. And it's really about the 5 minute time frame. It could not get back above the 200 MA. And now the sketchy thing about me is I'm in between. You know, we need the 21 to touch price action. And this is my model. I basically toy with how the 21 and the 200 play with each other almost every single morning at the daily reversal. This looks very similar to our daily reversals that we go for. I see this bear flag that I called with a move down here to 91,000. Hit the exact target. It's kind of crazy, right? This morning when we lost the 200 MA, I said, look, we're probably like going to get a dump, and we did. And where did you say we were going to go to? It was just a measured move. which was the base of the triangle. See? The base of the triangle tells you where you're going to go on the measured move. That's exactly where we went. It's insanity. Boom, right? But struggling to get back above the 200 MA. If we can, I'm going to get taken out of this trade. I like losing in front of people. Why? Because it shows that I'm willing to trade in front of people. Everyone knows that no trader is going to win every trade. So if I'm going to trade every day or most of my days, there's going to be some losses in front of you, right? Period. I'm not going to win every trade. So I have to be open to that. Come to terms that that's actually a reality. Like the sun is going to come up. I'm going to lose a trade on this live. I'm also going to win a lot of trades on this live, and I'm going to win way more than I lose. That's the key. All right. But right now, I want to see if we can touch this 21 without taking me out. Pretty sketchy move. I went with the 1 minute, but decided, you know, I basically toyed with the, I took my model on the 1 minute and should have just waited for my model to play out on the 5. Even I get preemptive sometimes, especially when price action's acted funny. You're like, is it going to give me the push or is it going to dump me? I mean, this looks horrible. We're going to need this somehow to not lose this white line and not come get me. We need the 21 to push up. A couple more pump ups and we can get a push up. We need this to make some type of flag with maybe an inverted head and shoulder inside. And then Sammy can sail off into the sunset as we cross that 200 MA. And there's still a chance that Sammy wins. Why is Sammy talking in the third person? Because I watched it on Seinfeld and I thought it was funny. Let's see. So can this continue? I mean, there's a chance. But here we are, stuck at a standstill. While we're waiting to see if I get stopped out or stopped in, we're going to go and look at our top-down analysis. All right. Shout out to everybody here that supports the channel, uses the links. I appreciate that. It means the world to me. Every single one of you are amazing. You're blessed, and I love you, and I care about you all. Like, without you guys, there is no show. And girls, guys and girls, without you ladies and gentlemen, there is no show. All right? It's your awesome viewership, your attention that creates this beautiful show every single day. It looks like we're going to get taken out here, even rolling over on the 1 minute. See how we're rolling over here on the 1 minute time frame? A rollover is when things start to kind of literally round. You don't want to see that. You want to push up and you want things to continue up. You don't want to see rounding. Once you start to round, not a good sign. All right. Again, that 5 minute coming down to the 21-day moving average. And it looks like it's going to happen there. You know, and we got rejected by the 200 MA. Right? So it told me to be careful of that sign. Are we going lower today for Bitcoin? You know, BOOKMAP suggests that we can. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP, which has liquidity and tells us where the most liquidity is and where we're likely going to go. They were screaming we were going to get a huge dump. You could see all the red and yellow below us for the last few days, and they were 100% right. They nailed it. We did not hit 100K. We went further to the biggest red area. They're saying the same thing now. They're saying 84,000. Saying this is going to be a bigger dump than you realize to the downside. So just be careful. Some altcoins look strong right now, but it may just be a facade. I have to be honest, BOOKMAP's been 100% right, and BOOKMAP's called 91, 95, and now it's calling $84,000. And sad to say, we may very much hit there. The deep red is very likely. So 90,120 looks very likely for Bitcoin. And when you can't get back above the 200 MA in the 5 minute time frame, that usually tells me there's some trouble in paradise. You had to breach through that. You breach through that, then anything can change. You don't breach through that, you have to start saying, well, you know, what are we in here? Yeah, well, we're in some type of bear flag. And again, the same thing that we showed you earlier today that happened right there. Looks like it may happen again and go further down to 90,167. I'm still hovering with, you know, I took a lot of Tether out of the market, paid myself. You know, I basically put 14 grand into TIA. All right. It came all the way back, went up to like 18, took the money, 18.5, took the money. Then I took that money and I put it into, you know, I had a bigger position and I went into to SEI for like 60 grand. When SEI pumped from like 40 to 50, I took my gains. All right. Then I got back into 50. When it pumped up to the 60, I took my gains. And I look back, I'm like, I made 17,000 in 2 weeks trading SEI and TIA. And I took the gains. I sold it. I said, I'm done, man. And I'll tell you why, because Bitcoin looks sketchy. And, you know, and we were at a fear and greed index that was the highest I've ever seen. And I said, if I don't take some profits when the fear and greed index is this high, I am someone that doesn't listen, because I've been through this so many times. So the fear and greed index was sitting at a 93, 90 in extreme greed, pinned for a while at 93. And I said to my students, and I said to everyone here on the live stream, I said, whenever I don't take profits, I firmly regret it. And so, yeah. And again, it was hard because everyone says it's all season. We're going higher. And I was like, you don't get it. It's time to buy more. Don't be a wuss. Everyone buys more here. And I was like, but I have so much of the market and I'm going to get spanked and lose thousands of dollars. I was like, I can't listen to everybody else. I got to hear my own thoughts here. It's not easy trading. Okay. Trading is very, very difficult. All right. Yeah, next high or low. Gaining to lose the 200 MA on the 1 minute now. Well, let's take a look. Yeah, and that's a bearish sign when you lose the 1 minute. So we got a nice scalp this morning. Gave most of it back there on that quick move because I basically should have waited for my model. It happens. That's a trader's life. And now we're losing the 200 MA again here on the 1 minute time frame. Just a bearish, you can see there's just, where is the strong momentum here? Where's the incentive to buy? Now, I now believe anything below 95,000 is a steal for Bitcoin. You have to start looking at your range now. 75 to 95,000 is a beautiful range to accumulate. I zoom out now and I start looking, okay, what's my 10-year plan? Well, my 10-year plan is accumulating Bitcoin between 75 and 95,000 and holding it for 10 years till it goes probably to $1 million. If I can do that, I will 10x my money in 10 years. That'll be 1x a year. I'll be in good shape. Right? You know what I'm saying? So there's a bounce there happening. Suggests that we can get back above. And look, there we are. So look, now I switch on. That's how crazy I am. But like, this signal is so strong that I'm willing to entertain it every single time I see it. I gotta be quick. 93,845. Oh, I messed up. See, that mess up right there may have cost me the game. No, we're all right. We got lucky on that one. 92, 180, 184. Now I don't even consider taking it if that candle doesn't close above. But this is how we made the gains earlier this morning. This candle closed above, I got in, boom. It's insane. Most people will never do this because they don't have the back testing to do it. But once you've done this as much as I have, you begin to believe. And because we're going to get sucked up to the 21, you push up to the 21 just like you dump back to the 21. It's a good sign when the 21's above you. And it's just all about knowing your risk. All right. 53 for 186, you see? 160 for 559. Bang. This candle closes back above it in 42 seconds. I may take the trade live in front of you. All right. This is just one of my, quick scalping strategy. I can do this 5, 6, 7 times a day because you get the signal a lot. The key is to go after signals that happen a lot so you can, go after them a lot. You need the signal, right? So I scalp it now and it's getting ahead of me. That's okay. So we limit in with a very small stop loss. We can even move the stop here. If this breaks down and stops us out, so be it. If it comes right down and then rips up again, so be it. I don't care about those. I care about the ones that do this and go all the way up, right? Specifically after they short, there's usually a bunch of stops up here and they're going to flush them. Now you're going to have to get above this line here. This is the smooth moving average. I already know that we're going to have a bit of an issue right when we get there. Okay. Right here, we're going to have an issue for a second. We punch through. See, see, the issue is we hit it, we came back. We punch through, we're going to rock. Sammy's on coffee, so be careful. Caffeine's a hell of a drug, man. You know what I'm saying? And I could easily lose this trade. It's very low, very high risk on a Tuesday. Everything's going crazy. All right. You can see I don't have my whole portfolio on the table. I'm not risking tens of thousands of dollars. Look how we got rejected by the smooth. I told you we'd have an issue there. All right. So I'm not stressed right now. I knew we were going to have an issue there. We got to break through it now. That's the key. This is the battle. I battle between the smooth and the 200 on the day. I do this all the time. This is my battle of life right now. This is life for me. Do we lose the yellow line? Do I lose my trade? Do we gain this line? Or do I win my trade? This is kind of the day that I go through all the time. The likelihood is I win this trade in front of you or I wouldn't have taken it. I don't like looking stupid, okay? I like being smart in front of people, all right? So therefore, I trade probabilities that make sense. Do I look like a fool? Don't answer that question. So, I need my bodum ching back. So I took it to the kitchen. Hey. You know if you know. Hey, if you know, you know. 100K by Christmas earliest. I mean, that's what they think. So now the second attempt above the smooth is good. We get above that, we can get the punch. Okay, there we go. That's what we're looking for. All right. And now we should start to cook. There you go. See? I told you I'm the king of 3%, right? I get to say that almost every day on this channel. I'm the king of 3%. Nice pump to the upside now, starting to move. These are scalps. We've already pulled one of these off today. We want to pull a couple. 5 to 6 of them off. Now we get above the 200 MA, we can punch. Now I want to look at my 5 for a split second. It's very important we get above this 200 MA now. Very important. And here we go. Now we're collecting. Now you're up $122 in a minute. And this is how we do it. Okay? Now the stop loss has moved to break even. You can't lose any money. It's about protecting the purse every single time you get into these trades. How does Sam get in and turn green immediately? He does this almost every single day because I use the same strategies over and over again in front of you. Like he did it last night. He did it the day before. The guy is always showing us how to make a green. How do I make it a green? How to make it a green, a candle. To the upside. Oh, and so now we're getting, you know, this is beautiful. See, this is the ideal setup because the 21 was above you. Okay? Like almost 90% accurate, you're going to move up towards the 21. Now, when the 21's below you, that's the issue. Okay? And so look, we're locked in profit now, 145. We can't lose. We can't lose. And now we ride the bottom of that candle like maniacs. Look at where our stop loss is. And we keep riding. Can we get 200? I'd take 200. I'll take 200, baby. I'll take 200. I'll take it. It already happened. Thank you for the 200. It's already happened. You thank the universe for the win that already occurred. You're already counting it. You're already counting those gains, baby. Already counting those gains. Doesn't care. It doesn't matter how close it gets. It's not going to happen. You're going to get your 200 because you believe that it already happened, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Show them how the law of detachment works. Once you're detached from the outcome occurs. You know what I mean? It's insane. Let it rain on me, baby. Let it rain on me. It's coming. The abundance is coming. The abundance is coming. Next candle, please. Next candle, please. Don't you dare. Look at how close you got, but you won't. It's already been projected into abundance. You can't do it to me. You have to move further to the upside through reality. Can we bend space and time through our mind while we trade? I don't know. But there has to be a connection there. If it's part of our reality, there can be no doubt. There can only be faith that the $200 is already in the account. The $200 has already come into the account. I already made the 200. I already made it. I made it already. I was about to hit flash close. So now there's a little doubt, so the doubt could create. Now I can't have any doubt. I can't have any doubt. There can be no doubt. No doubt. There has to be 200. No doubt in my mind. I'm playing with the universe right now. It's weird. It's like there can be no doubt. There can be no doubt. See, I had a slight doubt. Once I had the doubt, it could happen now. But like, there can be no doubt. I have to have made 200. I have to have made $200 already. Right? The battle continues here. But like, can reality portray what you believe to be true through your thoughts and mind? Very strange, right? But when you project the trade before it happens, there has to be some connection between you and the trade and the reality of what is and what isn't. Because therefore you have projected the trade. You see? And they tapped me out, right? We did hit 200 right there, though. I should have, if I snatched it, it would have been real. I had doubt at one point. Where's the stop? There's no stop loss. You're funny here. And now the fact that we're away, this is bullish now. All right. So one live trade real quick. Shout out to anyone. Did anyone take a live trade with me there and make some gains? Anybody make some live trade and make some gains here? Anyone make some of their first gains they've ever made ever on a YouTube channel. Anyone make some of the first gains they ever made. Put a 333 if you made gains. Put a 111 if you've never made gains. This is like the first time. Like, you're excited for yourself. You can't believe what happened. Sammy's in a sweater vest today, drinking coffee. I don't know what's going to happen, but something crazy is going to happen. I'm telling you right now. All right? This ain't your average YouTube channel. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. And why would you want to join a trading group with a guy like me? I mean, what would be the point of something like that, right? Well, go to cryptolifer.com and find out more. All right? Check it out. Yesterday in the trading group, I get a beautiful short for Bitcoin here out of the descending triangle to the downside. It went exact right there. Stop loss there. It went exactly to the downside. Nailed it. You would have been in massive gains. Okay. We even said here we could see that we were going to break this level and dump, and that's what happened to the dump. Talked about us going to the 200 MA on the 1 hour, to the 200 MA on the 45-minute virtual. We saw it in that tight channel. This thing blasted last night for 26%. While the whole market was in ruins, we found gains. Desync for 47%. The gains are here, baby. The gains are here. Jump on in today to find more. All right. If you want to join our trading group, we go to cryptolifer.com. We do have a Black Friday sale. Jump on in today. Hold up. There's a link in the description. If you hit that link in the description right now and fill out the form, we're going to be able to give you an access code that gives you basically a discount 24 hours before the actual Black Friday sale. That's right. You're going to get an email basically Wednesday night or Thursday night, 24 hours before the Black Friday sale begins. And it's going to give you 24 hours to use that access code to get the least expensive I've ever given the group in the history of the trading group. You deserve it. Jump on in today. You've been a loyal subscriber. You've been following me for a long time. You deserve to pay the least for my services. So jump on in today and fill out that form. Blessings on blessings, everybody out here that's giving. I see super chats coming in. I see people saying just made 1K. Thank you. Sammy, look at this guy, made $1,000 on the live. Bless you. Can we look at Pepe? And almost every day someone makes gains hanging out with me. And that's how it works, baby. This is the best channel around doing live trades. I love it. Shout out to It's Gone Viral. I hope we can continue to go viral, baby. My favorite YouTube channel, Crypto is My Retirement. I love you, brother. Thank you. All right, so we're out of the trade right now. Okay, we're out of risk. We're going to find out if there's another trade to be had here or if we're lost in the sauce. Right now, it does look like we're making a bear flag in the bigger, we have all that fun in here. We can have all this fun in here, okay? We can go up. Look at all the trades I can make on the 1 minute time frame. I can be in the trade for 2 to 3 minutes, $300, $400, and you only have to risk 100 for $400, $500. I'm not using thousands of dollars here to make $4,000 to $5,000 to $1,000 a day. Sometimes $3,000 a day, $5,000 depending on the day. All right, tightness. And I didn't get rocked. You didn't see me open up a massive long. If I open up a long and then I see that we lost a 15-minute 200 MA, I'm out. I showed my students. I said that's it. And then the massive drop happened. So like using the 200 MA will keep you from being in trades that you shouldn't be in. Like when we lose this, I tell my students, we just lost the 200 MA. Be careful. You get an alert from me. 9 out of 10 times it happens unless I'm asleep or something. But you get an alert from me and boom. So it looks likely we're going to make a bear flag and drop to the downside here. The target is 90,167. That looks like the most likely scenario here for Bitcoin. Perfect entry was when we bounced off of the 5-minute 200 MA and we lost the sauce right there and the pan spilled on over. I mean, that was it. Let's get if you take away everything. See how we hit the 200 MA and we did not, Now, if we breach the 200 MA in the 5-minute, I would have to long. Tom DeLong. I would have to take a long. You're like, Sam, but you're long and short in a second. How do you do that? Well, that's what happens when you really become a trader for a living and you do it for a living. Before, when you just trade for 4 to 5 years, you pick long or short and you just get hit either way and you take your losses. But once you have what I have and you can kind of see things, they change it in a second. Like they might have it going one way and they may flip it. The smaller time frames will give you that ability to flip and you'll be able to see things that no other people can't see. For instance, I know if we break above this 200 MA on the 5-minute, we're going to pump so hard, and I can see where we're going to go. We're going to first stop probably at 95, and then if we crack through 95, we're going to rip all the way back to 98,000. There's a gap in the VRVP. So later on today, if there's a massive short squeeze and everyone goes, oh my God, I have no idea, I'm going to be like, yeah, but we broke above the 5 and we had a gap in the VRVP. I said I was waiting for it. You know what I mean? Now, at the same time, we might get rejected by this and dump in the next 10 minutes. I know that in the next 20 minutes, either of these can occur. Both of these are possible. I don't know what's going to happen. I am not a psychic. So then why do people show up to your stream? Why do you have 3,000 concurrent, Sam? Why do so many people want to see you live? what's the point? If you don't know what's going to happen, what the heck? Well, because I just show the probabilities clean. All right? I'm able to take my personal, what I think is going to happen away from the situation and give it to you clean. And enough people come here, and when they look back after a week or two of watching me, they realize that they were able to see the market better than they did before. And so I'm not trying to say I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I'm not trying to say this channel is, what we are doing is by being consistent and showing up every single day, no matter what. And we're rarely sick, right? You don't see me, you don't see me, I get a cough once in a while or something, and it's over. I lost my voice for like a day. I smoked the cigar right through it. People said, stop smoking the cigar. I smoked it anyway. I'm one of those kind of guys. Yeah. A stubborn old guy over there. He's a stubborn old Irish guy, yeah? I told him 10 times. He don't listen. He does whatever he wants, that guy. Yeah. I told him Pittsburgh was going to lose. He bet on Pittsburgh anyway. He lost 10,000. I just lost 6,000 because I'm an emotional idiot. Hey, admit it to us right now. Let it out. At least we're all here for you. Hey, I've done it too, man. I've lost $5,000 in under about a minute and a half before. All right, so how does that make you feel any better? Who here's lost 5,000 in under a minute? I have. I've lost $5,000 in under a minute, okay? So it's okay, man. I'm putting my hand up. Anyone else want to join me in the club? Anyone put their hand up? Anyone lost $5,000 in under a minute before? I've done it, okay? So that just makes you a trader, man. I lost 100K in 60 seconds at the casino, though. Wow. Damn, bro. I don't know if I could come back from that, but hey, man, you know what? We can come back from anything. Okay, so I'm not the only one that's lost $5,000 in under a minute. Wow. In under a minute. Okay. Yeah, but you know what? You don't do that again. You won't do that again. Right? You learned your lesson, didn't you? So let's take a look here at what's happening to Bitcoin. It's starting to make a bit of an ascending triangle here and get busy. The bears don't seem to be able to push us to the downside here, no matter how hard they try. The bears are trying. The whole world wants BTC. And these are good prices for Bitcoin. Remember, you got to buy the dips. You know, Bitcoin was just 98,000. Now it's $5,000 cheaper. That's a big deal. Okay. That's a big deal. All right. That's 5% off, basically. Bitcoin is about 5% off right now. You know, give or take 4.7, you know what I mean? Something like that. So look, this looks like it's going to rip. It's kind of got cup and handle vibes. Here's your handle. Pull your fib. And yes, we do Fibonacci here. You can see we bounce off the 786, 618. That's the money printer right there. Mr. Master Friend. Mr. Master Friend. That is your real name. And no worries, Master Friend. We're just going hard right now with the Black Friday sale. The second that's over, trust me, you're going to be on, like, I'm going to have your ad up every single day. God bless you. You are on the website too, but I just don't want you to feel, you know what I mean? But centered energy keeps the most people centered. And then once we go from there, then we just, you know what I mean? I just want you to feel comfortable and know that you're always on my mind. And I have a strategy and have no fear. So beautiful move here for Bitcoin, right? I like to see how this is getting tighter inside the 1 hour time frame. It's telling me that I might be able to jump on in here and get a gain for BTC. Shout out to A. We already made a gain on the channel live, didn't we? We already made a gain live, man. You know, I didn't lose yet. Whenever you win in front of a few thousand people, I think that's a good idea to say thank you, dear Lord. Right? I could have lost in front of a few thousand people, would have changed the entire show so far. So far the show's going well. I mean, maybe it would have been better or gooder. You guys respect me gooder. It would have been better or worse, but you guys respect me either way as I speak ridiculous English here. It's the caffeine. Babe, can I have another cup of coffee? I really like it, but I just kind of need another one. She's going to say no. Right? 1 day time frame short, 89.4 to 90,400. You win. You got the skills, baby. More gooder. We need more gooder people out here. Yeah, could I just have another cuppy? Please, just a little less. Don't do that. Just not as much cream. Please, my wonderful, beautiful child of God has been sent to me to help me create my beautiful kids. That's how you treat your wife, okay? That's how you do it. All right. If you didn't know, that's how you do it. All right. You basically butter her with love. Like, you ever butter your toast up and you just like smother it? You smother her with that butter bubble. You butter smother her. All right. It's called a butter smother. So look, this is getting tight. I've seen these break out when things get crazy. I really have. I know you think I'm nuts, but and see the curving 21? Very good sign. Go to the doctor. If they see your 21 is curving, they're going to be very happy with you. They're like, that's a good sign, son. So, I don't know where that comes from. But so, Neural AI is looking great. A lot of coins are looking good right now. And we're going to break down the strong altcoins. Again, I'm going to teach you guys some cool stuff too when Bitcoin dips, how to find opportunity when Bitcoin dips. So stay tuned for that. And it's not even that hard. It's actually pretty awesome. It's how to stay calm, stay collected. And, say you're in a big position and you went a little too hard. The market rocks. I always keep some in leverage, and we can find our way to balance that off with a leverage win. Okay? We don't have to force it. It's not a guarantee, but it's something that we could take, So 95,618. And again, I keep, you can win at the end of the month if you keep trading. You can have a positive monthly P&L if you keep trading. But what if you lose your first 3 days out of the month and you stop trading? What's going to happen? You're going to have a negative P&L. Here's the issue. A lot of mentors and a lot of people say, are you over trading? You're over trading. You shouldn't be trading that much. You're over trading, right, BB? Over trading. Are you over trading? How many trades you made this month? 1, right? And how much money did you make? 7 grand, right? Look at that. My number 1 student right there. Did you sell yet? Yeah, it's no one's business when you did. She's up. Unrealized, but she's up. She made a move. She flipped her SHIB into XRP at the right time, and XRP outperformed SHIB. All right. So it's about this 5-minute, though. No matter what happens, no matter how happy-go-lucky I am, the 5-minute has to break above this 200 MA for us to win. For us to win. Okay? Now, if I buy right now, I'm front-running the 5-minute. The reason why I lost my second trade today, which I didn't need to lose if I just stayed on my 5-minuto. All right? We cracked through this 5-minute 200 MA, though. We are going to rip. And I kind of want to front run it right now because it looks like it's oh so nicely. But when I front run this many times, like, you got in there, and then you get stopped out. You got to get that close above the 200. We're waiting for that close above the yellow line. If we get it, yes, baby, yes. All right. The trade has to be set in advance. 95,618. I got sweaty palms because of the caffeine. Don't get mad when my hand's glistening. Okay. I will have someone come. Look, someone's coming in right now. They're coming in. Look. They're wiping my hands. That's my hand, actually. That's not someone else's hand. I'm wiping my own hand. Right? I'm wiping my own hand. That's me. Like, there's nobody wiping my hand. Like, how could I fake it? How can I could fake it like this. There's a way to do. There it is. Yeah, someone's coming in to wipe my hand right now. No, that's my hand. I'm not. Just stop. All right, anyway. So look, hey, I could afford to have someone wipe my hand. That's what the funny thing is, all right? So that way, I think that's why it's funny. So could this go further to the upside? I'm liking what we're seeing here. Definitely, you have a butler. You got to have that, right? Damn, why does caffeine give you sweaty palms? Yeah, lies. Use your foot. I mean, you got to have people in the office helping you out, right? So here's the trade. I'm liking it. I'm so close to taking it, but it's got to give me the move. We take it, we're on, like Donkey Kong. Then we go for the smooth, and we do exactly what we did earlier. One thing I already see a problem with the trade now, though. We're going to get the pump. All right, when we get the pump, we're going to rip. We're going to be far away for the 21, and we're going to have to come back to the 21 somewhere here. So if this trade does rip, I'm going to have to get out and then get back in again for the rippage. Okay. And here comes a super chat. He said, lost 25K in 1 week. Holy hell, that sucked. After that, I did my diligence and started following Sam here. As we speak, I'm now up 80,000. So thanks a lot for your wonderful knowledge, brother. And thank you, Finn and Daisy, for letting this wonderful soul spread his love, man. Wow, he thanked my mom and dad for creating me on this earth, man. You're a blessing. You're a good man. And God bless my mom. My mom died on Thanksgiving last year. It was the 23rd or the 24th. I try not to remember the exact day she died. It's not something you want to like, but you know, the death happened, or you know, she lost consciousness and went into the coma on the 23rd, and the 27th, 4 days later, 3.5 days later, was the day we put her to rest, when she finally, you know, stopped breathing. Her body was fighting so strong, man. She was so strong. I did break down in tears yesterday outside with my kids. I was walking around, and I just remember it was, you know, it was the day my mom had passed, like, and it was tough, man. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry no more. My mom's still alive in another realm. Crying just means I don't know what's happening in this realm, and I'm not gonna cry, because crying, it means I know what's happening, and I don't. I'm open-minded to believe that there's a whole nother realm and a whole nother world I will see my mother again. So what is there to cry about? God is so powerful, so beautiful. As Christians, we celebrate death. We celebrate death. It's a movement on to a new life. Death is simply a new life. It's moving on to, but you got to have your consciousness believing you're going to move on to a new life. Consciousness moves on. Your consciousness actually creates your next life. If you think you're nothing and turn into nothing, you probably will become nothing. If you think there's something after this life, then your consciousness will continue. I truly believe your consciousness has a lot to do. And I believe that's what Jesus was saying when he's telling you, like, all the scripture is telling you that the kingdom is within. When he tells you the kingdom is within, it means when you pass away, you're able to carry on to an eternal life, but it's through your consciousness. Christ consciousness. Anyway, I'll get into this on another level, but this is, you know, I'm just trying to talk as I'm waiting for this candle to get above the 200. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right. And I'll jump on into some super chats as we're waiting. And they're playing with us right now here at this tight moment in time for Bitcoin. 1 minute even suggesting this, the stochastics reset and you stay above the 21-day moving average. It makes, I used to front run this all the time, get in, and then I'd lose the trade. I wouldn't know why. Well, because the 5 minute got rejected by the 200, but I didn't know that. See, all the things that I learned start collecting the data together, and they start kind of creating the picture. But when it's almost like having strategical instruments in a war, right? You send out the drone. That's you studying the 15 and the 5. Then you have, reconnaissance. Then you have like night vision. Those are all the different time frames you're gaining information. Sending love for your brother, your mom is always with you, always. Thank you, brother. Bless you for saying that. May God bless you. Thank you so much. Shout out to the 2,900 beautiful souls here on the live. 588 likes, $126 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. We get resurrected to the heavenly body when he returns to earth at the end of the day, the sixth creation, the 6th day since his death. Amen. It's going down. Just wait. This man will be liquidated. I'm not in the trade yet. Yeah. He said this man will be liquidated. I won't be liquidated. You know why? I'll have a stop loss for like $130. So I will not be liquidated. And it likely will go down. Right now, my strategy is telling me we will go down. We're not able to get above the 200 MA. You see what I'm saying? We can't get above the 200 MA. We're not moving. I'm just preemptively waiting on a possible move here. These are also kind of descending triangles, right? You see this? These mainly do break to the downside. I wouldn't be surprised if this makes an M pattern at resistance and dumps. It's very likely. However, if you see this thing get above the 200, they are going to squeeze the short so fast that your ability to get into the trade will probably be unnerved. It's going to be very difficult. I've seen it many times, so we're sitting here on our hands waiting for this move to possibly occur. I've got exactly what I want to risk. I'm ready for the trade. Wow, I can go 67 for 6,600 right now on that trade. $93.08, bringing the stop loss a little too high, honestly though, like that. This looks like it's going to roll over and dump. Remind you, I am not bullish unless we break that yellow line. Okay. Let's see what happens here. This would be a perfect entry. You buy the red candle. You know what I mean? When everyone freaks out and then you get the dip buy. The old me would buy that every time, but it's just riskier than waiting for the 200 MA. I've learned that now. I know the math now. I didn't know the math before. Okay, can we look at Sologenic, Papa? Let's take a look at Sologenic real quick. Thank you so much for the super chat. We talked about SEI making a move. We talked about getting in right here. It did pump. It's actually up nicely right now from the trade here. It's up about 4.3% so far from when I gave it. That ain't bad. 10x leverage, that's 40%. Possible bottom on Fred. I thought that before, but then not so much. So we'll take a look. We'll see. What do you think about Stacks? STX. Not sure. Look, I got a mouse for the day. I ordered more mice though. You can never have a wireless mouse though when you're out here. You just can't. Because before you know it, it's not gonna happen. All right. Yeah. And look, this could even be resistance, 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 and we could dump here. But this thing's just been super strong compared to the rest of the market. You look at your 2-hour chart. Your 2-hour chart says you're about to rip. So I don't know what to tell you, but say no matter what Bitcoin did, just got bought up. Right? So this strong is like, it's funny. I said this was strong. I said I was making a play in it, and this has been one of the strongest tokens so far. Ever since I called it out at 40 cents, I put 60 grand down at 40 cents. I'm not in it right now. I want to get back in, but it's like, I figured it would dip with Bitcoin, give me a perfect entry. It didn't do that. I've never seen this. This is very different. Mouses and mices. Mises. Yeah, I got a nice mice. I got mice. How many mice do you have? Well, look, I mean, this mouse stopped working. This mouse stopped working. This mouse stopped working. Okay? And I tried everything, guys. And it's really, the mouse is great. It's the wheel. What happens is I hit the mouse, they fall off because I'm at a stand-up desk, so the mouse will fall onto the ground. When it hits the ground a couple times, the teeth on the wheel break. And then now, so I had to get this. Now this is great. This is moving great. But the other ones, they're stutter stepping me and they don't like see, and I can't have that. You guys will like every time I'm going over charts. So, and I realize how all this stuff has to work perfectly for the stream to grow great. You have to have a fast mouse. You have to know what you're doing. You know, thumb mouse is the best kind. Charge the mouse. Oh no, I get so many mice. I ordered like 5 mice Black Friday last night. They're all coming today. This one's cool, but it's a little too low. I like a higher zone. You see, it's more flat. I like the higher zone. You know, more angled. Anyway, so SEI is a beautiful incentive play here. Looking nice. And you know, it's the hottest thing in the game right now. I gave everyone in my trading group knew the hottest 2 coins and knew what to play. Phantom and SEI. They're still struggling though, despite this Bitcoin move. Like they got a pump. Phantom looks interesting, but can it hold it? Right now, Phantom's doing what's called a bullish retest of this top trend line. It's attempting to do a bullish retest here. Just be careful though. Look how they went after the leverage traders and just whipped it right back to the upside. Whenever they clear a lot of leverage, it's kind of like a war where they kill a lot of people. Sorry to say, I shouldn't, but when they take out a lot of people. So right now, the books are pretty light. So if you're trading leverage today, the odds of you getting taken out are high. You have to execute like I am, in and out, in and out. You have to know exactly what you're going to do in order to do it. You can't play games, you know, it can't be like, all right. Okay, here we go. All right, so moving forward, as I can't, somebody help me. Somebody. The mouse is like stop working, of course. It's like the click button. Anyway, so Phantom looks like it can make a nice little retest here back to the upside. Look for the stochastics to curve and the 15-minute to stay outside of the pattern. The second you see Phantom back in this line, back below a buck, you know, a buck one, it could probably come back to 97. Hello, Phantom's looking amazing, you know. Wellify brand, can you take a look at VELO? Look at Juicy. Yeah, you know, VELO pumped yesterday despite the rest of the market. A lot of coins look good. CETUS looks nice on the daily too. It really does. And I'm looking at SWE now. I'm like, is SWE going to make a nice move? All right. If you look at CETUS right here, CETUS is making that ascending triangle. We've seen a lot of these recently break out. Like we've seen them everywhere. This has been the pattern of choice. Sometimes it's been a bull pennant, but we've been getting the ascending triangle. If that breaks out, it goes to 39. You know, whenever you see a smaller time frame like this, you also want to look at the bigger time frame and see what it's doing. A little far away on the 1 hour. So it's like, okay, you got a pump, but are you going to come back down? All right, let's just take a look at Bitcoin for you so you're not freaking out. 93,200 for BTC inside this holding pattern. Now getting flat. It's turning more into a bull pennant than a symmetrical triangle, right? And the more sideways we go, And look, this has a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Look at this on the 1 minute chart. It's starting to have a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder vibe, for sure. That's an inverted head and shoulder if I've ever seen one. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. 32% of the time that's going to dump. 68% of the time you're going to pump. The target would be 94.579. All right. Does that mean we're going to go there for nothing guaranteed? Now here's the deal. This is how you know that I'm open-minded. What if we lose this trend line? Bearish. And what if we lose the smooth? I'll tell you what. Very rarely in my life, from watching all these reversals and the thousands of shows you've seen me done, that I've done, when we get very tight in here, very rarely do we not break up when we're above the smooth and the 200 and they're parallel together. Go back test that. This tells me there's a good chance we break out, but you know what I mean? It could dump in my face. Trading is not, you know, just because something happened 100 times, the one time I could show you, it could just, that could be the one time it doesn't happen. All right. I'm not in a trade right now. I want to make that very clear. I'm not in a trade. I'm planning out a possible trade if it pans out, but right now we had an M pattern that couldn't break back above the 200 MA, period. I mean, look at that. That's an M, and that wants to dump. See, it can be a bull pennant and a bear flag in a second. Like, things can change like that. See, that's what made Bruce Lee successful. That's what made anyone successful in life. See, anyone could learn one move and be stagnant with one move and get good at that. The successful people are able to pivot at a moment's notice. Successful businesses, they see that all of a sudden that their competitor's doing something different. They don't keep doing the same thing. They make a new product to compete. They maneuver. It's hard. What if you had a whole campaign ready to go? You worked months on it. All the money poured in and you realize it's not worth it now. You got to halt it and rework it and do something else. Most people don't want to do that. They push forward. Oh no, I can't. We already, you know. But the innovator is the person that just changes it all up at the second, and they can get rid of all the last. Oh, but I put all this work and I did all this. Who cares? Keep moving. You see, the person that can keep moving, the person that can change their mind, the person that can keep flipping, that person can stay relevant no matter what. All right. I want to get rid of this because I don't want people to think I'm in a long right now, because I'm not. All right. We're waiting on the long. We didn't get it. Now, in the last couple of minutes, had this candle open above, we would have been in a long and things would have changed. But look, rejection by the 200 MA here for Bitcoin. Nasty, right? And then this tells you what? So now I'm stuck in the middle too. I'm getting mixed signals on this Tuesday morning. Let's tell you why Tuesday could be treacherous and more like a Monday today. There's less people in the market, so it means you have there's a higher probability you will get stopped out. Like, they can go all the way down and get you, they can go all the way up and get you. When there's a lot of liquidity, they go to get you, but there's so many other people to stop out. By the time they get to you, you can be still in the trade. So that's why when a lot of people do stupid things and you do some of the smart things, the likelihood of you winning your trades are higher. See, it hit me one day. They were like, trading's rigged. No one will ever win. And, you know, that would make sense. And it is rigged. So I said, if it is rigged and no one ever wins, then how do you win? Well, I said, well, how are people successful in life? I said, well, people that are more disciplined and focused are more successful in life. I said, okay, then how do I then compute that into how to be successful in trading? I said, well, if I'm more focused and disciplined, if I do it every day, and if I'm more selective of my trades, if I'm if I really look at what I'm doing and I'm very, very, very detailed, more than the average person, the odds are I'm going to get a slightly better high probable entry. And if I'm more humble, you know, like the average person's going to 100x leverage right here and get liquidated. This is what the average person's going to do. The average person is not disciplined. So the average person, if they see this trade, they're going to go in with whatever's in their account, and they're going to say, I'll get liquidated if we get stopped out here. And they'll put $1,000, $5,000, $100. Me, I'll have $5,000 in my account, and I'll only risk $100, $200, $300. See, that's the difference. Now, a year from now, I'll still be here with thousands of dollars from all those little wins. The other person will have disappeared, and maybe they'll win more than me a couple times. They might even be a better trader than me. I'm not trying to tell you I'm the best trader. There's better traders out there. I've never been said I was the best, but I am one of the most consistent. And I've learned that it doesn't matter how much talent you have. Talent will get you in the door, but it will not pay the rent for the year, man. It will maybe pay the rent for a month. Eventually, your talent will dwindle. Eventually, if you don't have discipline, there's many talented people. You know, what, Toni Morrison, this is that famous fighter that was awesome. He ended up dying of AIDS, man. But the guy was unreal. And, you know, even Mike Tyson, super talented. He went and fought in Japan. The one fight that he lost, he admitted he wasn't even doing that much training. He was messing around half the time, eating quote unquote grapes. If you read the story, I won't say what he was doing, but he was eating grapes. You know, he called it, that's what he was saying. Anyway, the point was the one big, you know, fight that he did lose, he got cocky. He let his talent take over and he didn't get into his discipline. Okay. 100%. So look, I mean, this is making a higher low though, no matter what you want to say, low, high, higher, low, medium, higher, low. And this is what you want to see. I mean, if we dump, this is what you want to see if we pump. If we dump, we're going to get tight inside this channel here. Listen, we're actively stalking the Bitcoin price today. Together, we're going to figure out what happens. You know, we may have found that, remember, the 1 hour has a bullish divergence telling us that's a big sign that we got a reversal in the bigger time frames. We need to see the confirmation of the smaller time frames. I'm telling you, the second this 5-minute breaks this 200, and on the ballsy call is to buy now. That's very high risk, though. Very high risk. The higher low above the 200 on the 1 minute, you'd already be in gains if you took that. It's just very high risk on a day like today. I used to take that call every single time, and it wasn't the worst in the world, but I didn't know how to use the 200 back then. So all I was doing was playing patterns and double bottoms and, you know, support and resistance. It's a pretty good SR flip. If we take it here and we look at it, you can see previous resistance is right here, and we bounced. So, you know, 92.8 is holding us down. It tells you if you lose 92.8, you're going to test 92.4, and then you're testing, you know, that basically 92.4 tells you go back to 91,000. So there's still, this looks nice to me. You see how it's got a rounded bottom? It has a bit of an Adam E vibe. Has some an Adam and Eve vibe to it. And so, you know, the bears tried hard right now, but they got a little stagnant. I have to be honest, right? The bears, if they were in control, they would be dumping us hard right now. Dump. Seems like the bears are stepping up right now and pushing us out. You know, like they're not able, you know, the bulls are pushing the bears out right now at the moment. I do see a double top. I do see a heavy resistance at 93.6. We're going to have to crack through that. It's all about the 5-minute moving average. You know, one could put a short right now and a long at this present moment, right now in the middle of the pattern. Stop up here, stop down there. And if we can't get above the 200, but the thing is, they might come up, stop out your short, and then dump you and stop out your long. That's why I don't do the schlong stuff. I don't do the short long. I've done it like 4 or 5 times in my life. I'm a more direct guy. I like to be all into what I'm doing. And so I want the universe to respond to my behavior. If I do 2 things at once, the universe is like, I guess the universe could respond to both my behaviors then. I mean, I guess I got to be open-minded that it could work. It just doesn't fit my trading style to be kind of back and forth. I need to be one way. Right now I'm back and forth until I am technically schlong before the trade is made. See, other people go schlong because they're not sure. I have a really good signal, so I don't need to go schlong. I need to wait for the exact moment to go long or short. For instance, when you see us break this trend line and do a bearish retest, that's the moment to go short. If you want to extra wait for the loss of this point of control, boom. And that's going to be your short signal. But if we break up here and we retest here or we get above the 200, that's going to be my long signal. Now I could open up both and wait, or I could just wait for the better signal. Right now, you have to assume 2 things. 1, we're bearish unless we get back above the 200 MA on the 5-minute time frame, and it's also a resistance. So if you can't get back above 93.6, expect more downside. 93.550, expect more downside. Period. All right. You don't play with that. Amen. Yeah. Should I trade with leverage for the start? I would not. I would use a demo account if I was going to start trading leverage. Just so you can understand how it moves. You can see how fast the price action can go. You'll be up 100, down 100. I don't know if your heart's ready for that. Some days I still have to take it back. Like, I'll be in a leverage trade for a few hours. Yesterday was tough. I was in that short for literally 5 hours, 6 hours. It went from 90. It just did the same stuff over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. So we finally got the move. And it was like, man, you doubt me, you don't doubt me. You doubt me, you don't doubt me. And then we finally got the punch to the upside. I mean, that was like pulling teeth. It was not fun yesterday, right? And when I walked away from the computer 3 times. One day I had to just lay down in the sun on a lounge chair. I was like, at least just stop me out. I came back. We were in the same place we were 2 hours later. I was like, when we find, I kept telling my group, I'm like, dump it already, man. Like, I could see that the likelihood was a dump. So funny when you study probability and you know the probability at this point. Like, you know it's more likely to do something and they don't do it. And you're like, dude, hurry up and do what you're supposed to do. I was like so sure they were going to dump it like yesterday. When they didn't, I couldn't believe it. When they finally did, I was like, nailed it. Call it a day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. If you're just jumping on in and you want to join the trading group, go to cryptolifer.com. How do you do that? You go right here to this link and you click on it. It takes you to the beautiful website, cryptolifer.com. Look at the gains we've had just in the last couple of days. All right. There's a long I actually just called this morning that pumped to the upside. My team is on it. I called this short yesterday. It dumped beautifully out of that to the downside. That's all been documented. Hundreds of people can tell you there's no BS. I showed you how these symmetrical triangles usually break down and said we're probably going to head down to that the 45-minute or the 30-minute 200 MA and then to the 1 hour. I gave you virtual that boomed to the upside. Just last night, it pumped. All right. Destra in the last 6 days made 47%. I'm showing you exactly where to get in and how to set it up like Loom. And Loom boomed to the upside for 42% gains. These are gains all over the place. Another beautiful call for Bitcoin. We saw the Adam and Eve on Sunday that blasted to the target. Anyway, you'll get so much information. You'll have so much fun. The SEI play right here that pumped for 46% gains. Massive move to the upside. Shout out to everyone here. There's gains to be had. We are having a Black Friday sale. If you hit the link below and click on that link, you're going to get access to a coupon code 24 hours before. Basically, it's a form. You fill it out, and then we're going to send you an email 24 hours before Black Friday. It's going to give you an incentive to put a coupon code that's going to give you an added discount on top of the Black Friday sale we're already doing. So go down, fill out that form below, have some fun. You deserve it. You're a lifer. You've been watching me for a long time. Get that discount. Make it happen, baby. Okay. Shout out to all the beautiful people here. Shout out to the channel sponsors, I Trust Capital, the best place to get yourself ready for retirement. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I know people that don't want to hold the seed phrase. They're worried about it. Makes them uncomfortable. I Trust Capital. You can hold all the Bitcoin you want there. And when it's over, they'll send you the Bitcoin. You don't have to do it in like kind and all that stuff. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I Trust Capital. Shout out to Decrypted.tax. The best place to do your taxes, Decrypted.tax. And those are my channel sponsors. Just want to mention my sponsors who are loyal and amazing. And I only, take sponsorship from groups that I really like and people that are amazing. Anyway, let's get back into the chart. We're getting very close here. See, the aggressive buy was awesome, but we got to get above that 200 MA. So you can see I got price locked in right here. We're either going to break down from this, ascending triangle, or we're going to break up. It's a bit of a symmetrical, and symmetricals usually do break up or down. You would take the length here, and I just have that bigger one. We break down, we're headed back down here to about 91.8. If we break up, we're pumping out of here. Sorry, hold control when you do this. You'll be able to duplicate it. If you break up, right, we're headed here to about 94.829, okay? 94.829. So there you have it. I mean, this is going to break up or down today. That's it. So, just like the one we saw. If we break the 5-minute 200 MA, we're likely breaking up. See, I've studied all the reasons why we go up and all the reasons why we go down. Then I looked at all the charts and saw how we made moves, and I was able to find the probabilities of what's going to happen the most likely, and then I just trade on that. To me, it's a very simple way to trade. I sat there for years and took the data in, and then the data will tell you what to do. And just do what the data tells you to do. That's a bit of a double bottom with a higher low, too, with low stochastics. See, the old me would definitely buy this right now every single time. And I would get faked out when we didn't break the 200 MA. There's a good chance this one looks like we're going to be able to pump it, but there's no guarantees right now. So far, we did bounce off that low at 92.7, all the way back to 93.3. And look, I had my trend line drawn. We were supposed to bounce off the trend line. So it's not like this is a surprise. I'm waiting for my signal for the 5-minute to break the 200 MA. If we get it, I'm taking a long. If not, we're going to dump back down to 91.6. BOOKMAP suggests we dump. BOOKMAP's not 100%, but it's about 80 to, it's about 90%, right? When there's red down here, we go down to the red. That's the easiest way to use BOOKMAP. When there's red below you, you're going to go down to the red. You don't have to be a genius here. It looks all complicated. You're looking at CVD, cumulative volume delta, LT ask a bid, but liquidation numbers. But at the end of the day, it's where are the orders? It's if you were hungry, if you were a hungry bear, and the red is a big order, like a big picnic, you're gonna go towards the campsite with the big picnic. All right, that's what you're gonna do. So picture this. That's the best metaphor for this. You're gonna go eat at the campsite with the biggest picnic. The picnic is below us. The bear wants to go low, and the bear wants to eat. Okay. But Sam, you said I'm going to go long. Sam, I don't know what's going to happen. See, every time I show you different scenarios, I'm committing to the fact to you that I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. What I do know is I won't get rocked, and I know I won't get liquidated today. I'm in control of what I'm going to win or lose. You see? And I'll have an account to play with tomorrow, no matter what happens. Because if I lose today, I'm only going to lose maybe $500 at the very most. It's very rare I even lose that much. Okay? You know, a big loss for me, like my biggest loss is something is like maybe $1,000 or $2,000 on that day. And then I could make $5,000 the next day back. So it's, you know, very rare I'm going to lose more than $1,000 in a day, if that. And usually it's my loss days are like 100, 300. I keep them very small. My students see my win-loss rate. I keep it very, very pimp and proper. I'll go 22 straight with 3 losses. I keep it clean. Okay? And then I don't trade for a while until the trading gets better too. I'm not going to be trading the same I was trading last week. You got to know when to push the risk up and when to push the risk back, right? You go fishing when the water's nice and calm, when the things are good. You don't go out inside of a hurricane and try to get some fish. That's like going into volatility and decide I'm going to throw my money into the heavy volatility. See what happens. I'm going to go surfing. I don't even know how to surf, but and that's another thing. Let's start using life metaphors for all the new traders out there. There's a lot of new traders out here. You Googled Bitcoin, you ended up here at the trading group. Let's be honest, you end up here at my live stream. You want to change your life. You work a 9 to 5, you don't want to work it anymore. That's why I started going to YouTube. I wanted to find a way to change my life. I wanted to make gains. I didn't want to go to work anymore for somebody else. So I started watching entrepreneurs. I started watching Grant Cardone's. I started watching Jim Rohn. I started watching all these different people out there. Dan Martin. You know, I started studying billionaires. Anyone worth over a few $100 million. You know, I studied them. I watched them on iPad, on podcasts. I listened to what they said, right? I don't agree with everyone. Like, I don't agree with everything Andrew Tate says, but I agree with a lot of the things he says about success. I don't agree with a lot of things my dad said every time, but I agree with a lot of the things he taught me about success. You don't have to agree with everything everybody says. Be your own man, be your own person, but you can learn from every single person out there. There's something to be learned from them. That's why turning off because of emotional state is a great way to miss out. Someone might be an emotional person that I really don't, it might be whatever, I can still learn from them. I have the ability to take information from anybody at any time, all right, and use it to my advantage. That is a gift, that is a skill, that is something you hone in on over time. Okay, you can hone in on that skill. Any good habit is something you can learn. Everyone always sees someone who's got it. They say, oh, that guy's been doing that for years. He's so good at that. Look at the way I trade. Look at the way I chart. Oh, he's talented, they say. Every talented person is someone that didn't know a dang thing before they started. They were a baby with a lollipop in their mouth that didn't know a damn thing. They worked at it. They got the discipline. They fought hard. They pushed themselves. They went to seminars. They listened. They went to YouTube channels. They joined trading groups. They did things to change their life until something broke, something happened. They got the information until something changed. Okay? You can't sit still if you want change. You got to become the change you want to see in the world. It's you. How do you change the world? You change yourself. How many people you think might start a business or go after their dreams after watching my show today? Maybe a few hundred, maybe 1,000, maybe just 2. But if every day 700 people a year. If just one person, I get to one person every day on my stream, that's 365 days, 365 people. We do that every year. That's 3,650 people, right? What are you going to do for the world? Now, if I pass away tomorrow, I guarantee there's going to be people that say, man, Sam changed my life. Sam was a big part of why I did this. Sam helped me. And so that's all I care about. Put other people's positional, live in front of you. Be like, how can I help other people get where I'm at? I could hide all this information, wrap it into an indicator and sell it to you. And then kind of show you how it worked and be like, but buy the indicator, it'll teach you. Or I could show you exactly what I'm doing and break down my strategies. And I used to be afraid to do that. Like, I used to know the strategy, and my mind would be like, don't show stuff on the live, Sam. I said, make them join the trading group and pay for it. And then my mom said, but that will show that. I said, and I had to talk with myself. I was like, but I want to be powerful. And then me and God were alone, and God said, show them your power. I'll give you more. So I said, I'm going to give away all my strategies live on stream. And I said, only the really smart, dedicated people will be able to understand it anyway. You know what I mean? Not everyone's going to be able to figure this out unless they really work at it. Because it took you a long time to figure it out. You had to work at it. So that truth be known. Once that truth be known, I sit with that truth. And so I said to God, I said, you know what, God, I'm going to give away my stuff. And I said, I'm going to be free. I'm not going to be, I said, and I could watch YouTubers and I'm like, oh, they're afraid to give it all away. They want to hide a lot of it in their paid programming. Come over here, you know? I said, you know what? I'm going to make people so rich on the live stream, they're going to be forced to join my trading group out of love and respect for me. They're going to want to pay me $99 a month. And I'm telling you right now, we have a lot of people that do that. I have people that join one-on-ones, give me $300 just to tell me they love me and say, I joined the 99. I don't even care about trading. I just want to give you $99 a month. I love you. Keep going. You've changed my life. That's happened to me a few times. What other trading group is people that aren't even in the trading group? They just want to support. It's insanity. But that's what's going to happen if you go after your dreams. And look at the 77s there. 127 on the 77 likes. It's all 777s every single time. My dad is smiling down on me, telling me he loves me, telling me to be careful, telling me to be humble. My dad was the one to keep me humble. My dad always told me to be careful. Be humble, Sam. Be humble. You know, he reminded me of people that couldn't handle success. He always told me anyone can become successful. Can you handle success though? Can you handle success? It's getting closer and closer, like we're going to get this breakout. You can see when I finally make this trade, look at this. A shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. You see that? That is a 65% chance of a break to the upside. And now we're talking, there could be a nice move here for Bitcoin. So now you know how when everyone makes these crazy tweets, why their tweets are so crazy. I don't drink caffeine or coffee much, but you know, last night I take a nap between like 10 and 2. And then I work from like 2 to 4 in the morning. I tend to do that on Tuesday because there's a lot of action. And I want to get everybody ready for the day. And I want to be ahead of the game. And then I wake back up at around 7:38 and I get back into the market, right? And people are like, Sam, when does this guy sleep? But I do that so the trading group can be on point. So you guys have what you need. You know, you guys are giving me a beautiful life. I got to make sure I do everything I can to give you a beautiful life. You know, it's reciprocity here. You know, God provides beautiful souls. Beautiful souls come online. Beautiful souls join my trading group. Then I owe it to you to give you everything I have. Okay? And I'm running my mouth a little bit right now, but we're watching a live trade here too. Like I'm giving you the sauce. Like I'm taking you through the moments. Let's jump on into the super chats here and see what people are saying in the chat and see what's up with the fan funding. $172.77 in live funding here. Omar Lopez, XRP. He says, salute Sammy and the lifers. Wow. I thought we got Charlotte Jan Lee for the £1. Charlotte, we love you. Thank you so much. Lockdown became an exclusive lifer. Just made 1K, my man. Bless you, Sammy. Wow, we already made a live trade on the channel. I can't even believe that. Like, check. We already did a live trade for you. It's pretty awesome, right? A lot of channels give you all this information and they're awesome. They're fun. They're entertaining channels. Don't get me wrong. But you don't learn much. You don't gain anything and you don't make any, you don't make a live trade. I wanted this place to be the end all, the end all. I wanted us to show you the strategies play out in real time. I wanted to shut it down. Anyone else that did it, I wanted to shut it down. I want to be either you do it as good as we do it or you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So this would be 400 for 1900 if we get back above this key level. And this thing's going to rip. Looks like it's going to happen now. I mean, that's a beautiful higher low double bottom. Stochastics pushing up. The 21 is right where you want it. 1 minute made a beautiful inverted. We could have played the inverted head and shoulder there. Look at the cup and handle. There's your cup. There's your handle. Boom. If you draw the fib there, it's the 786 from the wick to wick. Right there. You can see it. Boom. That's the money printer. Right there off the 786 Fibonacci. Beautiful. And now we are crossing the 200 MA, right? It looks like we're about to do it. Now, I missed out on some gains there, of course. And what if it hits and just dips? That could happen too. Anything could happen. The old me would have been up already. I would have taken that. But that's okay. Let's take a look at our 1 minute time frame breaking out to the upside. And you can see, look, now the 200 crossing the smooth. Very bullish sign. I told you when these are close that we likely get a pump, right? Now we're above there. So now I enter the trade, you see? Now I enter the trade. Now if I lose this trade for 400, I'm okay. I've already made 2 trades, right? Up like somewhere 300 there, so it's okay. I'll basically walk away down $100 for the day. But if this catches the smooth and we continue to pump, I'm in the game. Okay. So here we go. And the trade has now been made. We waited this whole time. We mapped this out here. We waited it we watched this whole thing. By the time we made the trade, look, the 21's coming for the 200. Very bullish sign. Very bullish sign that they could play out for us. Now this candle has to close. This could be a fake out. We could just go right down below and we could dump. Very easily could be a fake out. Remember that. I could lose this trade in 2 seconds. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. At any moment, the trade could go the other way. All right. An expert is simply someone that's made every mistake in a narrow field. Remember that. An expert is simply someone that made every mistake in a narrow field. That is it. That is it. Wow, we have 3,172 beautiful people here. I would love if you guys join the trading group. That would be my desire. That's the one thing I am pushing for the next week until Black Friday. We do have a beautiful Black Friday sale at CryptoLifer.com. Jump on in today. If you jump on in, we have a link below. Hit that link, fill out the form. You're going to get a coupon code that's going to give you access 24 hours before the sale goes live, and it's going to give you an additional discount. So not only you get in early before everyone else, but you're going to get an additional discount for being an awesome, loyal subscriber of my channel. So jump on in. You deserve it. Hit the link below, fill out that form, and make sure when you get that code, you have 24 hours to use it. Otherwise, you will pay the regular discount, but you're still getting a discount no matter what. You're going to love it. All right. Blessings to all the beautiful people here. We love you. We appreciate you. And we care about your constant viewership and your love. Let's take a look at and stay positive, everybody. You have to stay positive. Can we look at Pepe, says Paul Wood. Let's take a look at Pepe, says Paul Wood. And we're going to go through all your super chats now and make you happy. All right. The trade is ripping to the upside as told. Look, that's how you make $127 in under a minute. I mean, that's how you do it, right? I showed you how to make 133 in a minute. 157, we are ripping. Why? Because this is what happens when you break a Tutoring MA. I've studied this stuff. I've studied it. You can move the stop loss to break even now and lock in those profits if you'd like. I'd like to see if we can go all the way for the bigger gain today and make it happen. We are gapping away from the 21-day moving average, but it looks like we could gap all the way up to the smooth. I like that, though. Look at that. Beautiful candle to the upside. And again, if you just become a scalper that just scalps, look at that, 169. I love it. I can move the stop loss to break even now. Look, we just made $200 in literally under 2 minutes. Continue to pump, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Now we're getting a little far away from the smooth, but now we're getting the move. Check your other time frames. They're a little high, but they're starting to rip. Bit of an inverted head and shoulder on the 15-minute. 1 minute ripping, but the 1 minute's going to come back down to that 200. It will. This could be your daily bottom, though. I like scalping all day long once we catch the bigger move. Like, I would have taken the 200. I can't believe it's only 150 now. I thought we were up huge, bigger than that. 118. When I make 150 to 200 that fast, I usually take it. Just because it's so fast. Fast money turns back fast, you know. That's usually a scalp squeeze, right? So I took that gain because what? We're going to probably come back down to the 21. You see? Now we'll come back to the 21, and then I could do this again. I got to clear my mind now when this happens. All right. So we got the short squeeze. We gap for the 21. You see, this is what I do. I sit there, I wait, I execute. I make the $100. A lot of times I sell early. I would, many times when I sell, I would behoove you not to sell. I tend to sell early, but I lock in profits. Right? It's important. You have to remember too, people are watching me. If the trade went down and then they leave the stream, but it ends up being up later on, they'll think I still lost the trade. It's better that I lock in profits for perception of the people watching, just to show them like you can get in, you can get out, right? So sometimes I may take a smaller profit, honestly, because it's showing the trade on the live stream. But look at this thing mooning now, and my trade just continuing to pump. We are away for the 21. That tells me that it will gap back down, but what a move. And look how long we waited for this to occur. So if I want to be extra selective now, I can wait to get above the smooth moving average for my next execution. And you can even keep your stop loss below the 5. There's a good chance. When's the last time we were above the 5? Now I want to go way back. It'll waste our time. All right. Anyone just make gains again here on the live stream? Blessings on blessings. All right. But see, to me, that has to come back down to the 21 now, or at least make another flag. If we're bullish, we're going to flag out again. I can trade this now. And then when I trade this flag, I'm going to know that we're above the 5-minute 200 MA. That's going to give me more incentive to trade the 1-minute flag. You see, the 1-minute flag above the 200 on the 5-minute plays out 90% more times than the 1-minute flag, right? This looks likely. This looks beautiful, and I do this all day long. The key about this is I'm never in too much risk, and I can just consistently take money out of the market. I look back on my day and I'll have like 8 out of 10 trades. I'll only lose 2 for 50, 60 bucks, and I'll have $200 here, $180 there, and I'll be like, damn, I made $1,000 today. I don't even know how it happens. It just adds up over time. And remember, I can be trading at 10 o'clock tonight, 11 o'clock tonight. I usually shut it down around 11 or 12. So I'll be trading all night doing this, which means I have all day, and I can take a break, take my family out to dinner at 4 o'clock, take them like yesterday, walk them around the Christmas stuff from 4 to 7, come back home, put the kids to bed at 8, and work again from 11 to 12, find out all the same things, look for the 200 MA. These opportunities come all day long on the smaller time frames. They're everywhere. Look at the boom, man. I always incentivize you not to sell when I sell. I tend to sell early every single time. My calls are stone cold, though. Look at that. Booming to the upside. Absolutely booming. All right. God told me to bless you and your family today. Frank, thank you. Near, please. Stay above the 6 and we gone. 99 for life, baby. Bro, I don't want to wait for you to pass. You changed my life. Hope to grab lunch one day in Sarasota after this bull run is over. Simran Merchandi, God bless you, brother. UDT on Snake with Hat on Dex Tools again. Chart's looking nice and healthy in my opinion. It's consolidating for the next move. L Bank listing soon. All right. Wow, boom to 94,260, and we were able to call this move to the upside here on the channel. We did it again. We did it again. Again, I don't always trade it perfectly, but I make sure I make my, oh man, it just kills me when it goes up like that. That was my signal right there. Just hold on, Sammy. Just hold on. And see, everyone has a weak point. That's one of my weak points I still work on. I make perfect calls. At the same time, it could have went back down in a second. And so never question what you do if it's a green trade. Just be happy that you made a green trade. Say, dear Lord, thank you for that. Let me make another one. It is what it is. This is likely coming back down at one point to the 21. I think I'm going to trade the 5-minute all day today. I like the 5-minute. It's been smooth. And now if we break above the smooth, we're going to rip. We went over this on the 1-minute earlier today. You can take what I taught you on the 1-minute and you can bring it to the 5. And that's why you never feel like you miss, because if you feel like you missed something on the 1-minute, you can just use that same strategy on the 5-minute. I've been learning all these things, man. I've taught myself all this stuff. It's so amazing how much opportunity there is in these markets. This is a massive short squeeze, though. They get everyone scared on one side of the trade, and then they go after them and get them ripped. There's also people that want to buy Bitcoin at these low prices. So they're going to prop them, you know what I mean? There's got to be nation states. There's got to be institutions. Come on, man. If, you're telling me Russia isn't buying, you see Michael Saylor keep grabbing it up. It's got to scare you, or at least put the fire under you. Hey, man, our country's got to buy some more Bitcoin. Like, whoever has the most Bitcoin is going to be the leader of the world, of the free world. I mean, that's 30 years from now, whoever has more Bitcoin is going to be the richest country. They're going to be able to set the tone for the world. So if you're not stashing Bitcoin right now and you're a country, hear me out right now. If you're if this gets to any minister, anyone out there that's listening, and you have the nerve to hear a little YouTuber, you're Malaysia, you're Cambodia, I don't care who you are, and you're not accumulating Bitcoin, you're putting your citizens at risk. You're putting your entire country at risk of becoming one of the poorest nations in the world. And that goes to every citizen out there. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but if you're not stacking Bitcoin for the long term, I don't know what you're doing. If you're everyone wants to chase meme coins and make gains, but you want to chase fiat, you're chasing fiat. You got to be chasing Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin are you worth? At the end of the day, how much Bitcoin are you worth? That's what you want to be chasing. Most people are chasing the wrong status symbol. Look at my fiat. Look how much fiat I have. That's great. but they're going to keep printing that stuff to zero over time. Donald Trump's doing a good job already since he's been around and won. The dollar has been pumping pretty nicely. All right. But it doesn't mean it's going to last forever the way they print it. All right. They've already done the damage. They've already added way too many dollars in circulation. Bitcoin continues to take, Bitcoin's out of circulation. Peter Schiff is convinced that it's a Ponzi scheme. But, anything that people believe in, that's how it works. Look at, let's just say a company came out, a new solar panel company came out, and they were awesome and they were new, but they didn't market. No one knew about them. Were their stock pump? No. How does a stock pump? People have to learn about it. That's why memes pump better than anything else, because it's just about know-how. It's about what do people know and where do they put their money. So it makes it realize. So when people come into the market, they know memes and they can put their money into memes. It's that simple, everybody. That's why when everyone tells you like, oh, that was a pump and dump, and I'm like, what wasn't then? You know what I mean? Every time they market something or they go public, it's on huge news. It goes to all the news stations and they all say, hey, this is going public, and they get everyone to buy the thing. It's basically a camp. It's a publicity campaign. If you don't have the money to market your stock, no one's buying it. You know what I mean? There are some things that happen. It's good utility and word spreads. I get it. But even behind that, there's some type of marketing that created even the organic utility. You know what I mean? Nothing pumps without people knowing about it. Just ask yourself that every time someone tells you that something's a Ponzi scheme or something. You're like, but so is everything then. You know what I mean? So is everything in life then. So for me, it's how is it created? Bitcoin, you get a computer hooked up to the electrical grid. You have to use electricity. It's not easy to make. You can't whip it out of thin air. It's harder to make Bitcoin than it is to print money. Let's be honest here. Printing is just printing. All right. So look, rejection, preemptively of the smooth, too far away for the 21. You're coming back to the 21. That's a good sell right there. And then look, when you're scalping, for me, I don't go too hard. Just get the measured move of the flag. That's all you want. That's all you were supposed to get. And that's all we got. Exactly the measured move of the flag. How do you get the measured move? Take the base of the triangle from there to there. And that will tell you where you're going to go in that triangle. Now, if you want to get really into it, you look at your 1 minute. And if the 1 minute makes a flag, that's going to be, your incentive. So watch the 1 minute flag. I'm going to get to all your super chats, everybody. Just Bitcoin is taking up a lot of my time today. All right. It's not like I could just leave it alone. I'm not ignoring your super chats. I'm going to go through every one of them, say your name out loud. We're going to connect. We're going to have a good time. All right. I really care about y'all. Like, you guys mean the world to me. And that's why I show up every single day. This channel is my life. These trades are my life. My trading group is my life. It's everything to me. I appreciate everybody here. Dear Lord, thank you for such another beautiful day in business. Thank you for another beautiful day on the channel. I've never been so blessed as today. Every single moment, God is blessing me with another breath, another idea, another present moment for opportunity. There's opportunity every single day to connect, to breathe. I'm connecting with people right now, new people joining the trading group every single moment. God, thank you, dear Lord, for an online business that thrives overnight while I sleep. Like, this is just, I dreamed of these moments. I've dreamed of this time. I worked so hard for years to set it up. It's now coming into fruition. This is years and years and years of dreaming, hard work, manifesting, and believing in myself when nobody else did. And I just hope this is, my actions are a beacon of hope to you. I hope I don't talk too much. I hope you see what I do way more than what I say. And I hope through that behavior, you can really find inspiration to go after what you want to do with your life. That's the whole reason I'm here every day. My actions will push you to realize that anyone can change their state of mind. Discipline isn't discriminatory. Anyone can use discipline to get ahead. Discipline doesn't care your background, doesn't care what you know, doesn't care your degree. If you're disciplined and you work hard at something, you will outpace the rest of the world. If you bring value to the marketplace, you will outpace the rest of the world. What value do you bring? Ask yourself every day, if you want more money, bring more value to the marketplace. The marketplace is very fair. It finds out who's working really hard in it, and it rewards them. I work hard every single day, 7 days a week. You know how many days I'm beat up and I still push forward? You know what I'm saying? No excuses. My mom died in front of me. No excuses. Okay? And, I said maybe that was the reason my mom died in front of me, to teach people that they don't have an excuse. Like, if your girlfriend left you and you decide to get more depressed than me, and my mom died in front of me, then you don't have an excuse. You know what I mean? Like if you twisted your ankle and you're a little depressed because you didn't make the team, whatever it is, I don't know what happens, but like, come on. Suck it up, keep moving, and stop feeling sorry for yourself. These are the days to be alive. These are the days to go after your dreams. These are the days that nobody's going to do it but you. Stop waiting for someone to pick you up. Stop waiting for the ship to get you and start swimming towards the ship. You're on a deserted island. You're waiting for someone to save you. No one's going to save you. Start building the ship today. Start paddling out. No one's going to save you. Repeat after me. No one is going to save me. No one is going to save me. Nobody's going to save me. All right? I had friends who were multimillionaires. I had all these ideas for companies. I thought they were just going to swoop in, hand me a couple $100,000, you know, without stressing me, and let me, you know, make it in a couple years, pay them back, and have it all. And I kept waiting for them to hand me that check. And I had meeting after meeting with them, and we almost got close a few times. And every time I waited for months for this stuff, and I never got the money. I eventually realized that I was going to make the money out of an old microphone and an old desk and my mind right here. Nobody was going to give me a dime. I was going to get to an investor. And now a multi-million-dollar business pushing forward every single day. Like, this is how you change your life. Okay? One step, one day, one moment at a time. This is how you do it. Bitcoin flagging out again, looking pretty nice here. And I want to see what this is doing to altcoins. I'm like obsessed with this move here, though. Bitcoin, look, it's getting ready to make another big push to the upside out of a bull flag here on the 1 minute time frame. And too many people go too hard, too short, too fast. Even if we're overall bearish, we might still go further down to 88,000. Doesn't mean we can't still scalp the smaller time frames. 93,901. It's almost a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. I'm going to take that trade, see where we go here. Just because I like where the 21 is. We're above the 200 MA as well. 5 minutes a little overbought on the stochastics. And we're a little far away from the 21-day moving average. And it tells me maybe I should wait. We'll see. Let's see if this 1 minute can get a rip. But I'm going to be very careful about it because the 5 minute isn't amazing right now. Let's see. That's how you make 13 bucks in under 30 seconds, though. I always say that's a fast cup of coffee over there. Stochastics say you're going to rip on the 1 minute. When they turn like that, I mean, 90% of the time you get a big pump. Doesn't mean you're always going to get a pump. I don't like where the 5 minute is. I don't like where the 5 minute is. It's going to have me very close, moving my stop loss very close to break even. Either we pump straight up here or we don't. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, see how far we are away from the 21? It tells me that this might not happen. And there's a bearish divvy here. See that swinging down while that's swinging up? So I'll probably get stopped out of break even here. And even if we keep ripping, who cares? The key is to constantly protect the purse as I attack, as I attack. I don't have to, you know, I don't have to make incentives, or I don't have to prove to you who I am or what I do. So now look, I'm going to stick on the 5. I'm going to get off the 1 minute, not let the 1 minute play with me. I'm going to wait for the 5 minute. Now the 5 minute may pump hard. The 1 minute looks good. All right, but who cares? My next trade is when the 5 minute marries the 21. It may be up here, it may be down there. I just got to stick to that discipline. So my next trade is when the 5 minute and the 21-day moving average come into play. When they come back and the stochastics reset, I'd like to take a trade. It might take 15, it might take 20, it might take a half an hour. So I had my RSI move in with price action. So this is what's likely going to happen here, and I've studied this for years on multiple time frames. 21 will come up, will come down. Stochastics reset. There's my trade right there. Remember, I set up the trade way before the trade happens. That's why I'm able to make the trade. It's all a plan. Are you planning your trades before they happen? Are you mapping out the situation before you see it? No, you haven't seen as much price action as me. There's no way you could do that. I'm going to teach you how to do it. You're going to become someone, within 2 months of being around me, you're going to have so many skills and strategies, it's going to blow your mind. You're not going to be the same person, okay? It's like if you were a backup quarterback and you hung out with Tom Brady for a month. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to make the same mistakes most backups do. You're going to learn. Hang out with the Tom Brady of trading, man. I'll be here for you every single day. The Cal Ripken of YouTube trading, all right? I don't miss days, baby. No days off, man. 1,400 some odd days without a day off. Are you kidding me? Let's go. You can too. It's not about me. It's about all of us. It's about the fact that this is inside of all of you. The same energy I possess, the same push is inside of you. You can do this. God gave you the ability to push yourselves to the limit. All right? God gave you the ability to push yourselves to the limit in a way you never thought possible. Wow, this 1 minute has just got incentive right now. And again, that could be the tough thing. You can see in some of the, in a strategy, it's not always perfect. Like, do I miss the pump on the 1? Right? Because I'm waiting on the 5. And I may miss the 1 minute pump. It happens. Like, that looks like it's just going to take off. But I have to know that 5 minute is starting to gap away for the 21. And maybe it's going to get one more big push. Rip the 21 across, then come back to it. That's likely. Hold on, let me clean this up here. This is going to break out. I have to be honest. Like, it just looks so likely. Rising wedge. Defy the bearish divvy. That looks like it's going to rip. I wouldn't be surprised if we rip right up to 95, 695 there. I mean, look at the stochastics. Look at the move. Bearish divvy, though, being defied. It's high risk for sure. Too risky for me. And the wins that I had today, too risky for me at the moment. But I like the trade. But it's just too risky for me. I can't do it. Okay, I'm going to trade the 5 or the 5 only today. I'm not going to get enticed by the 1 minute. I'm going to keep my discipline. This may rip up all the way to 95 too, and I'll miss that. But then if it comes back down to the 5 and we'll have a stronger strength, then I'll take the trade. Okay, I'm going to attempt to rip through all these super chats, everybody. We're going to get to them. $195 in chat revenue. Unbelievable. 1,000 likes. 33,000 people. No, 3,300 people. Unbelievable. We made live trades, multiple live trades here too. 2 big live trades you could have made gains on. Sending love, my brother. Your mom was always with you always. Thank you. Tint by Designs. Can you look at Stacks? We'll look at Stacks. And Pepe from Paul Wood. Let's look at Stacks and Pepe. But Bitcoin's been fun, man. Bitcoin really controls the show. All right. And I always got to see what happened to Say. How is Say doing right now? Wow, Say keeps pumping. And I gave this trade to the trading group. It would be up now almost, what, 10%? Entry was right around there. Yeah, about 8% now. From 63 all the way back up to 67. And we identified it as one of the strongest coins. We could see that it was strong. I talked about it. That's one of the biggest 1 hour candle closes in a while too as well. This thing goes all the way up to 82 with incentive for a move. Look at the 4 hour just getting started. The 4 hour says you're going to pump out this flag to the upside. You were near the 21 with curving stochastic. Lack of any sell pressure really, despite Bitcoin's dumping. So people just were like, nah, I'm going to stay and Say, and I want Say, and I don't care what you say. Get it? And look, there's your next leg up. So 1, 2, that thing looks like it can get leg all the way up, maybe even possibly to 90. So watch Say at 68, 67. This thing is continuing to rip to the upside. Phantom also is one of the stronger coins that I put out to the trading group tonight at like 3 in the morning. You're up in gains there if you took the Phantom call. We just talked about Phantom doing a bullish retest here on the live show. It did exactly that. Phantom headed to 122. Those are 2 of the strongest plays you could have made. I had them waiting for you. They were perfectly designed and ready. And you made gains if you took them in the trading group. We weren't freaking out while everyone else was. We were just staying calm, cool, and collected, looking for the gains. Stacks just got above the 200 MA. I'll be honest, Stacks looks a lot like Say and Stacks both just got above their 200 MAs. That's a very bullish sign when you get above the 200 MA. All right. It means you can have way more incentive further on in the next couple of weeks for bigger gains. Now the daily has some wicks, and it says it could continue to move. 3 days a little overbought, but it ain't the worst. Let's look at our 4-day. So yeah, you would look for this to make a pump. Your 4 hours. Sorry, I called it the 4-day. Forgive me, please. So can we get a rip here to the upside all the way to about 2.64? It's very, very possible. Everyone, if you want to trade where we trade, we have links to MEXC in the description. If you want to trade on WEEX, WEEX also has beautiful lower fees compared to the rest of the market. WEEX is an amazing exchange. You can trade WEEX perpetual. Have a blast. It'll blow your mind. You could have made the same trade here on WEEX that we just made here. All right. And I'll show you, you can set up the same exact trade. I always use the long tool no matter what position I'm in. So you go here to the long tool. Before you get into any trade, you see what you're doing. And look, good thing we didn't chase that 1 minute. I told you that 5 minutes coming back down. Look, we were able to see all of this before it happened and show you how it happened. Look, there was even an inverted head and shoulder right there. You get in that right shoulder, you're gone. And then the measured move is the length of the previous pole. So you're supposed to go this whole length. Algorithmically, basically, again, you may still go up there before, boom. But that's the trade right there, and that's the 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. Boom, and this is WEEX. WEEX is an amazing place. You do the same thing. You hit this area. Once you set it up this way, you're like, okay, I want to get out at 95, 162. And I want my stop loss at 92, 377. You drag how you want to put it in, like how much you want to put in. Like I want to risk, you click on what you're going to buy right there. Click on the buy. And you say, I want to risk 300 for sorry, what's up there? 95, 162, 92, 377. I'm just, hold on. Like as I'm showing you, it's supposed to show you exactly what you have. So here, if we want to go to 95, 162, but the stop loss is going to be 92, 377. And then we click on one of these orders, right? And we drag over. So you're going to be risking like, hold on, there's something weird going on. See, it's not 95, 92. I think I just have to reset this. Hold on. I just want to show you how to set up a trade real quick before I jump on out of here. So IBIT, and this is what I like to do. I got to make sure the long tool's in there and I see my risk before I even jump into the trade. Has to be. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense, right? And there you go. You want to risk. See what's going on? It's like take profit is at 9,500. Stop loss is at 92. Something weird is going on. It's like not computing it correctly. There you go. That makes sense. I would risk $4,000 for 2,000. You know what I mean? That makes sense. I'd risk 397 for 15,000, or you know what I mean. And in this sense, if you were to lose, 100 for 300 every single time I make a trade, every single time you make a trade, you gotta have a risk management system or you're gonna get wasted. Just not gonna work. All right. So look, we're back on the 5 now. Let's kind of reset our steps. Beautiful move above the 200 MA. Rejection by the smooth. All of that makes sense to me. I've seen all this occur. Could this be the bigger dump? It very well could be. Could this be a bear flag on the bigger time frames that continues down? It very well may be. If we lose the 200 MA on the 5 minute, then it means this flag is likely taking you down. And you're headed down here to about 90,000. Remember, BOOKMAP says we go lower. So this is all fun and games, this little movement up in here, but it doesn't mean we're going to pump for the rest of the day. I don't want anyone to see this as I think we're going long. I don't know what's going to happen throughout the day. This is what we're doing. We're figuring it out. What we would like is for this to flag. A lateral flag would be even better than a downward flag. But the 21 to touch price action, and this would be my next trade. So now I can already kind of see my next trade and get it ready before it even happens. Again, you see, this is how I'm able to execute so fast and get in and get out, because I already know exactly what I plan on doing before I do it. Now, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Very simple, like football. Like, I believe he's going to go through this whole, I'm going to position myself here, but if he doesn't, I'm going to go over there. And then if the quarterback will, then I make the sack. You didn't know exactly where the quarterback was going to go, but you made some ideas to get ready for the sack. And then you did make the sack because you planned it out. You're trying to sack this trade, you know what I mean? Same idea here. If you ever played football, you were a defensive lineman, trying to get that sack, baby. Right? 93, 828. And it's football week. Apparently they have a Black Friday football game. I've never heard of that. But that's crazy. And so look, see, you're risking 131 for 141. That's a 10-to-1 risk reward ratio there. Almost, right? If that trade plays out as such. Again, I don't get in until the 21 and price action are touching each other. That's one of my main rules. If you live and die by that rule, the odds of you getting in at good prices are going to be high. All right? Are going to be very high. All right, I have no idea that I'm not going to be able to get to the super chats because Bitcoin was going to be this difficult to kind of maneuver. But there was also so much to teach about Bitcoin. Like, there was a lot to teach today. All right, and I wanted to make sure I got a lot of it through. So stacks, it moves with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin can hold the level, there's a chance here. And let's pull a Fibonacci on stacks. And you see we came back down to the golden pocket. A lot of times you will get a pump out of that, and you're in an uptrend. You're in an uptrend, like, period. I mean, you can see that's the trend there. That's the trend there. And do you pump back to the top of the trend line at the very least? I see a move for stacks, basically back up to 248. If anything pumps today, it looks like stacks could. The 4 hour looks interesting. Your 1 hour looks like it's about to pump as we speak. So look at that curve. Again, what if Bitcoin dumps and the whole market takes the dip down? That could happen. There's no guarantees, but that's a nice trade there with a stop below 188. Stops below 188, going for 263. I give this like a 7 out of 10 chance of making it. It's got a lot of coincidental movement. It's bouncing near the golden pocket. Previous support is resistance. It's got tight moving averages. It may dip down really quick to 194 for a quick little blap. That's why I believe the stop below 180 might be the best idea here. Again, you don't want to put your stop losses where everyone else is. You want to be a little more strategic. I always go a little lower than where I think everyone else will be. Risk a little, you know, they're not willing to risk it. They want the 4-to-1s, 5-to-1s. I'll go back to my 3-to-1 and be humble down here. You know, and I'll keep my stop at preferably 189 if I can, even make it a 282. Every once in a while, I'll shave the risk down to 282 if needed. I don't want to do that, but I will do it. See? Stacks looks likely. This is something that I believe will play out. Very likely. Thank you so much for the setup for stacks. I like what I'm seeing there. I have gone over it on and off for the last few days. You can see I already had the falling wedge, but just to revisit it today, to talk about how it's, retesting support and resistance. Very good sign. I like this. I like it a lot. And the stochastics are just aggressive on the 1 hour. Like, whenever I see them pointing like that, that's aggressive. We got to believe no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what losses we incurred, no matter what stupid moves we made, people talked about losing $6,000 because they were emotional today on the stream. Someone said that. We got to move on. We got to wipe ourselves clean of that slate and show up the next day ready to trade. It's just like a guy who took the shot to win the game and he missed. He can't bring that into the next game. That first shot he takes in the first quarter, he's got to brush it right off and hit that shot, wet it, and move on. All right? Stacks looks interesting to me. I would keep it on the radar. Someone asked about Sologenic. Sologenic on MEXC. Solo. You know, I would like it if it had more of like this. Feel like it fell out of the pattern. Look for it to break back inside, but it is in a nice little channel there. And to me, how does that not make a, previous support? There's a nice support for sure. It's gonna be a little resistance when you hit 71148. And of course at that top there at 95. But the target is 150. And see, we're waiting for this to come right where it's supposed to. This is gonna slowly grind to the 21 and then boom. Sammy cup it handy to the upside, right? High or low. And so I'm waiting on the trade. And if I execute the trade, it's going to be awesome. All right. So Solo, yeah, I mean, you got the falling wedge that technically just broke out. You get in there with a stop below the 200 MA too, and see if you can hold that. I love when the 200 MA is near price action. That's, you know, good chance you win that trade by keeping the stop below the 200 and that previous low. A little higher risk. I'd like it to be a little cleaner, but this is possible for Sologenic. Target takes you to 150 even on Solo. Someone asked for a possible bottom on Fred. And thank you, Paul Wood, Master Kings, Tint by Designs, and Clint Morris, Sologenic, and Infinite Growth, possible bottom on Fred. Let's take a look at Fred here. All right. I like Fred. I wanted Fred to move. It didn't move fast enough for me. It was boring. You know, I wanted to see it bounce from that level. See, that's where Sologenic could lose the level. I don't love when you don't have the 45-degree angle on the bottom of the channel. All right. There's your low. There's your high. There's a higher low for Fred. And, you know, Peanut holding 114 tells me that Fred may, too, eventually hold the key level. You know, Fred was 5 cents yesterday. It was about to buy, and then it ripped to 15. It did a 3X really fast. Kind of crazy, right? You see that? That's basically a 3X right there. 5 to 17. And it did it in like 4 to 5 hours. Fred can change your life if you get in at the right time. And it can ruin your life if you get in at the right time. At the wrong time. It's like, that's why these coins are treacherous, man, for the beginner. They have all these dreams of making big money. When it doesn't happen, they get very depressed. You know? And so meme coins can make and break a lot of people emotionally because they're like, oh, I'm going to do it. And no, not so much, you know? The 2 hour looks really nice on Fred. If you trade the 2 hour, it says you're going to pump and pump nicely. A little bit of resistance at 11.4. You break through that, you're gone. I like Fred. I think Fred could do numbers. And I think it's definitely something that could pump. It could also go to 0, right? So if you believe in the narrative, if you like memes, you don't have enough exposure, Fred could be your ticket. All right. It's a good place to get. I mean, there's a higher low after a big dump. That would be your best place to buy right now, personally. But you got to do whatever makes you happy. It is up for the 5 cent buy there already. Fred, baby. That's the raccoon they euthanized, if you didn't know. Someone said, Wealthify brand, can you take a look at VELO, please? We'll take a look at VELO and MUMU the Bull meme coin. And he's asking about VELO, not Velodrome. All right. VELO had a huge pump. And it's funny, I put it out to the trading group. I did. I had it right here. And I said, look for VELO to break out of this beautiful cup and handle. And VELO went up 60%. You know, I think we added that to the gains, but if not, add that to the gains. VELO up 60% on that move, right? I map this stuff out. I draw it up for everyone, and I think they just, because I put so many charts, it's just, it goes by your mind. Then you look back, you're like, he hit that, he hit that, he hit that, he hit, like, wow, like, I wasn't focused on what he was saying. I said set an alert there and everything. I can only do so much, right? I can only cover so many coins in so little time. I'm only one human. But I do the best I can for as many people as I can. And I think it really shows because I see it in the testimonials. I see it in the amount of people that we change lives. I just see it. I see it every day here. Bitcoin showing some incentive here, but doing exactly what we wanted to do, making the flag. Everything exactly as planned right now, going exactly as planned. Maybe getting closer and closer to an entry soon. It's not easy to live stream and trade at the same time because I need all my focus to get things done both at the same time. It's not easy. I definitely miss some things sometimes because of the live, but it's okay. I also gain a lot because of the live. So there's opportunity, cost, and loss. I see VELO continuing in only a matter of time. This thing moons. It's very bullish compared to the rest of the market. When everything was dumping, it was pumping. Therefore, it has that cushion if we get a pullback to not even lose its previous higher low. This thing looks like it could continue to the upside, and it looks like it's going to. Look at the 4-hour time frame too. Once it breaks this, look for it to hit 235 and then probably come back for the bullish retest of 1.9 before it rips again. Remember the last time I traded VELO, I got in here, somewhere around here, and then I sold at 1.8. I never touched it again. I like what VELO's doing. I would keep VELO on the radar. Highly likely this pumps. The 8-hour looks really nice for VELO too. Funny, one of my students, Mario, was talking about VELO at dinner just the other day. He said, man, I got into VELO. That thing ripped. He's like, he texted me yesterday. What do you think of VELO? VELO's good. It tends to move when DeFi moves. Just moving these back so when price action comes in, it doesn't get messy there. And a stop somewhere below this previous low. Market dips, they take everybody out. Who knows? But the odds are very high that this one wins. Based off of what it's already done and how it's fought off the market when the market was, you know, you want to look for strong coins. All right. So VELO looking good again after that first entry is still up. And this one could give it back, come back to the bottom of the pattern, and then rip. Thank you for that super chat. We love you. We appreciate you. Let's take a look at MUMU, the bull. Also, CHILLGUY. Look at CHILLGUY consolidating. CHILLGUY looks like it's going to pump very, very hard. I have to be honest. Look at it. It looks very nice. It could do anything. It could do damage. You never know. But it's up, down, tight, 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 tight. Higher lows, getting very tight. CHILLGUY for 142% gains. Again, I'm not, you know, you never know what could happen, and it's high risk. But that, as a technical analyst, low stochastics getting tight, it looks like this thing's going to go up 142%. And it is what it is. CHILLGUY. All right? CHILLGUY. So you do you, but CHILLGUY on the radar. It consolidated. It, you know, if I ever see a chart like that, I don't care what the asset is, it looks good to me. And it shows nobody sold it off. That's what's called bullish consolidation. Now you have a huge pump, but no one else sells the thing off. How come? Bullish consolidation for CHILLGUY. All right. Again, I'm giving you so many things to think about. You're going to have to focus, write them down, and then pick what you want to trade. Pick, you know what I mean? You got to have discipline and focus in this game to make it happen. Okay, now we're back where we wanted to be. We knew this was going to come back to the 21. That's why we got out of the trade. How good is Sammy? He could call the local top for you at the smooth moving average on the 5, right? Now, this is where we should get the bounce. People may front run it, but, you know, now I'm honing in on the trade. You see how long? I waited 20 minutes for my entry. That's why alerts are great. You can set the alert, go eat some eggs, do something. You shouldn't be staring at your screen every 5 seconds. You should be setting parameters, waiting for them to hit, having alerts, trading on alerts. All right. Now, if we lose the 200 MA, this is going to dump. Like I showed you, and dump down to 90,000. I'm not telling you I know what's going to happen. I'm showing you I'm going to attempt to trade what I know is probable. It's sketchy for sure. Like, what if we lose the 200 and dump? That's very likely. That could happen. The odds are, though, we're going to bounce right here. This is where we'd have to execute. This is where you have to execute. You almost don't have a choice at this point. I waited too long. We're going to 96. Stop loss is at, yeah, 93.330. I'm about to say 93.330. And we're going to be going like 200 for 6, 138, you know, 172 for 1,000, 180. You know, that ain't bad, right? Again, we have to bounce here. I've seen this bounce so many times in my life that it's like, it's very likely. Been waiting for this bounce the whole time. I execute the bounce. It's similar to when we break above the 200 MA. Okay. Now I could easily lose this trade in 2 seconds. If you don't know what you're doing, do not trade these. You have to be skilled at this. You have to know what you're doing. You have to be able, you have to have the capital to lose and the incentive to continue. If you don't have those two things, you shouldn't be doing this. Period. All right. Should have a strategy, a back-tested strategy, low stochastics, above the 200, touching the 21. We should be able to get the bounce. Does that mean we're going to? No. Could easily flush down on me and dip. Okay. I'm taking a high risk probability scalp here. There's no guarantees I win this trade at all. Remember that. Okay, let's get back into the super chat, see if we can get these things cooking. And I know we can. MUMU the bull. Let's take a look at MUMU. Chill guy, and I have to throw things in that I see while I'm doing the super chats as well. I gave you like 100 of my own super chats. You know, you guys would do good if I didn't even do that, but it's fine. Okay, and he asked about MUMU the bull. I don't know how we got to chill, whatever. MUMU the bull. You know, MUMU's just been kind of slowly doing its thing, consolidating. It made it to the $116 million mark, and it's holding, and it has a trend line. And so you would hope that it just keeps incentive to hold the trend. At the same time, the chart doesn't look amazing compared to a lot of other charts. Yeah, but it is making higher lows, and it's kind of in a cup. Seems to have some strong support here. Resistance. I don't own any. I know people that believe in it. It seems to be a premier meme that can really pump. But who knows? You know what I mean? You take a shot. There's hundreds of memes. You take a shot. Some are going to rip. Some are going to dip. It is making higher lows. It looks okay. It doesn't look amazing. I'll give you that. But it's been holding above 3.1. It's held above 500 million, a $50 million market cap for a long time. I think it's pretty safe from a rug, and that would be your chance to get in right there before a big pump. But who knows? All right. So far, we did get a bit of a move here, but they're fighting. So far, everything's kind of working out so far, but we'll see. We should get this pump back to the upside and make some gains here, as my studies have taught me, but it doesn't mean that's going to happen for sure. Okay, VELO, a lot of stuff here. MUMU the bull. XR, please send me from Omar Lopez. And I'm getting deja vu about today, like I've already lived today. Okay, so there's XRP. Wanted to break out of that pennant to the upside, dip down, and they stopped everybody out. Look, they went after the leveraged trader. See, everyone leveraged up, put a huge stop incentive here. Blah, they grabbed them, right? And so let's start looking at the bigger time frame. You're starting to make these lower lows. I mean, we got to look at your daily. And you got to say, we're bullish, but the daily seems to have to come and connect to the 21-day moving average. Looks like it's going to do it on a very bullish tone, but like you're not going to dump down too hard, but this looks likely to me. Look for your daily to retouch the 21. Very similar how I'm trading the 5-minute right now on Bitcoin, which looks like it's going to dump me. Come on, baby. You got to bounce off that. You can't lose that 200. Oh, no. No. That's it. We go below that. That's going to be, it's not happening. Unlikely, though. We're supposed to bounce right here, right now. We're supposed to bounce right there, right now, right now. Like, that has to bounce just as it is. That has to happen right there. Look at that. Come on, baby. Come on, sweetie. Do what you're supposed to do here. I was like 5 minutes early. The coffee. The coffee. The coffee's great, though. Amazing coffee. My wife knows how to make an amazing cup of coffee, I'll tell you that. $2.45 for XRP, but I gotta wait for it to come back down. You could even pull a mini fib here and say, hey, come back down to my golden pocket. 125 looks like a really good place, What do you think of Tau? I think Tau's amazing. Good project. And just something that you load up on whenever you get the chance. Personally, I have some Tau in the portfolio, and just feel like it's a good one. When you look at Tau here, look at what it's doing. Looks very similar to Velodrone. And to me, Tau's about to break out to the upside. Only a matter of time. Yeah, I can clean it up for you again, but look, that's a cup and handle. Really strong support for Tau right here. It's a premier coin. People they don't play games with their Tau. You know what I mean? it's going to run the AI sector. It's going to be the one, like kind of the winner. It was Fetch and AGIX, but because they did all their ASI stuff, you know, I'll be honest, I'm going to let one thing out. I'm going to let it out one time and move on. I don't like to be negative, but that ASI stuff pissed me off. I study my projects. I'm so thorough about what I do. I had AGIX planned out. The chicker, everything about it was hot. I knew I was in the winner. And then when they switched all that stuff around with AGIX and Fetch, and Ocean was a coin I didn't even like. I didn't want Ocean. It didn't move as well as AGIX. It didn't move as well as Fetch. And when they merged Ocean with Fetch, I was just like, man, the whole thing really, to this day, you know, and I'll be positive. It's probably going to be amazing. We're going to get our ASI tokens, but like, I feel like we can't sell those things until, I don't know what they did, because they ruined a lot of my plans for the bull run when it came to AGIX. And I'm sitting there still, like, some people still have AGX. I'm like, what do I do with my AGI? I have to sit down and really think about it now. And before I had it all thought out. And so they threw a loop in my whole process, my thought process, and kind of pisses me off because I already did my due diligence. And had they just kept things the same, I'd be up huge on my FET, huge on my AGX, and I wouldn't be dealing with all this nonsense, right? And that PAL nonsense that went on too, right? When PAL, like, it just like, anyway, I gotta say it one time and get it off my chest, because it's never happened to me before. I did this like long deep dive and then they changed my investments. I'm like, that's not how it works. TAL looks like it's about to pump hard on the daily. I say a stop loss below 416 highly likely doesn't get hit. You never know though, but I like TAL here long term. I really do. Can you do TA on Snake with Hat on Dex Tools? Let's take a look at Snake with Hat for sure. Thank you for that. And the things I throw on the live stream, I just throw them up so they're there, because you know you don't want to forget them. Snake with Hat, Snake with Hat, right? Oh yeah, SSSSS. Yeah, there it is. Snake with Hat. Still got a $4 million market cap. Oh wow, it ripped. Look, I talked about this ripping and it ripped, dude. We gave you guys this coin yesterday on the channel, Snake with Hat. Talked about it break it to the upside. I mean, it ripped more than, oh my goodness, dude. You were on point, dude. I guess this is the meme channel. I say it's not, but look at this. You would have sixed extra money on this coin here that we put out on the channel. Unbelievable. That's insanity. I find that awesome. So like, we're going to 79,000 subscribers possibly today. Amazing how many people just subscribed to the channel today. I really appreciate it. You people are amazing. I love you all. Well, look, you come to the channel, we timestamp everything that we do. We're not done with your super chats. All right, we're not done yet. We're gonna finish them all. I see we're getting towards the end. I think it was a day ago here, we looked at this coin and I kicked myself. I don't buy every coin. I can't, right? There it is, SSSSS. Wow, so let's go back to the November 25th when we first put it out. We must have put it out here 2 days ago. I do so many live streams, it's insanity. Where is that puppy? I remember being at the beginning on the last one. I don't know when I first put it out. My team will find it in my DMs. Team, find that time when I first put it out. He's probably all over it already. My team is so awesome. Okay. All right. Bitcoin bouncing, not doing its thing. It's like hovering on this 200. Look, it's playing like it knows that it likes to hang there. I'm not the only guy that's playing on that, but most people are like, eh. Man, the bulls aren't winning today, right? Look at that wick though. They're like trying to save my life there. Insane. Okay. Sneck with Hat, man. Wow. So that was a winner. That was a winner. We found this coin right around there. The market cap must have been 4 million or something, right? It did a 6x. It's still holding a 5x right now. Insane. Another big winner on the channel, man. That did basically a chill guy. And it's still early. Like, that's the thing. It's still super early. Whoever that is, keep coming to the show. Keep giving us your calls. You're awesome. And that's why I love the show, man. We have this incentive to make massive gains here. And the TA pans out, too. It's really cool how the TA does pan out. It's insane. Thank you for giving us snake with hat. Bro, I don't want to wait for you to ban. You changed my life. God bless you, man. God told me to bless you. Thank you. Near. Stay above 6 and we gone for life. Shout out to Sean Z, Frank, Simon Merchandi, Frank, Cisco Contreras. And let's take a look here at Near Protocol. Near USDT. So remember, I got into Near heavily around that mid-5 areas, right? And so far, Near is holding it down. And why did I like Near so much? Well, I looked at the 3-day chart, and the 3-day had just got above the 200 MA and had a cup and handle. Told me that it was going to rip. No matter what Bitcoin did, the TA plays out, right? And so this said, yeah, I want to continue to pump. I looked at the 5-day. The 5-day said, I'm ready to rock too. And the daily had just broke above the 200 MA. And so, yeah, there may be a pullback here, but just like we watched on that 1 minute. So take a look. Remove the moving averages for a second. Get rid of everything. And I have this already in the trading group. You're already in gains if you know, we have this cup and handle. And it will take 3 to 4 weeks. A lot of times it takes you 4 weeks to make 100%, 150%. People think it doesn't happen as fast as people think because they see it one time, and then they're like, oh, I didn't make the gains fast enough. Like they watch Sneck with Hat 5X overnight and they can't wait for Near to 5X, you know, or they can't wait for a 1X in 2 weeks. People get spoiled in crypto and don't realize it's just not really real. So we're looking for Nears. You're looking for Near to make a flag here. Make that cup and handle, maybe come down, stay above the 200 MA, get the golden cross, and Near's gone. That's going to be a beautiful trade right there. I'm still in Near. I'm holding it down. Tells me it doesn't really care what Bitcoin's going to do. Near is going to head further back to $10. Altcoin seasons is coming no matter what you want. And so I would wait for Near to hit there. I'd set an alert there. And I can even do that. And then when that hits, I'll give an alert to my trading group. I'll know exactly when to be hot. All right. All right. Thank you for checking stacks. You're the best. Tint by Designs thanked me. That's very nice of you. You didn't have to do that. Wow. A very grateful person. Wow. That's awesome. Okay. It literally just made enough for your mentorship for your free advice. You bet your sweet Bitcoin I will be a member soon. Thank you. Exactly. We do this all the time. We show people how to make gains live, and then they say, well, if I made gains live, then I might as well join the guy's trading group. Live is good, Sam. You've always been here since the cake days. Can you do OXC? Shout out Jason Malik from day one. I remember you, bro. We did a couple one-on-ones. God bless you, Jason. Hope everything's going well with you and yours, my friend. May God bless you. And there's Sean coming in with the snack. Sean, you're amazing, dude. You never stop. Here I am calling Snake with Hat when it first came out at a $3.7 million market cap. It's now at a $21 million market cap. It basically did a 6.5x from when we pointed this out. That's why I don't take days off. Had I taken Sunday off or Saturday off, this never would have happened. You might not have seen this, right? Pretty awesome, right? And then the thing just mooned to the upside. And the measured move, look, it did the TA. It did what it was supposed to do. The technical analysis played out over time. I mean, amazing. Crystal clear. That looks so clear. Wow. That's good HD right there. I can see like my nose hairs for crying out loud. Anyway, let's take a look at OXT, which is Orchard. All right. We're getting the bounce now like we're supposed to off the 200, baby. Exactly like we're supposed to, man. Making Semi look good, baby. And now we're going to be in the money, man. This thing can rip now. Makes me want to kind of double down really right there because it's like, well, why not? You know, a good chance we could win again here and get that pump it up. Okay, let's see where we go here on the trade. All right, $3,000 trade, $84,000 trade here for Bitcoin. 5 minute bouncing off the 200 MA. We waited. We panned this out. We waited this. We saw the whole flag. We saw this whole trade before it even happened. Had it all mapped out. We could still lose in 2 seconds. It doesn't matter how hard you try. You have to keep trying. How hard you push. You got to push again and again. It doesn't stop. Nobody's there to hold your hand. OXT, USDT. Let's take a look here on MEXC. This thing ripped when it got above the daily 200 MA, right? You front run it when it gets above the 200. That's when you know, and you get a front run, I mean the 22 hour. That's why I use the 22. It helps me front run the daily a lot. Understand? That's why I'm using the 12 and the 22. That's their purpose. So now, I mean, huge move, overextended. Go to your 4 hour. You're away for the 21. Oh no, you're touching. So here, hot coins look like they're going to stay hot on the 4 hour. Bitcoin pumps, everything pumps. Alt season still in stride. Remember, Bitcoin dominance falling off. Pull your Fibonacci. Boom, 618 golden pocket. Stop loss below the 786 and the previous supporter's resistance. This thing could rip. All right, this is on Coinbase too. And you know, Dave Portnoy, I don't know why he likes this coin, man. I could be making that up. But I remember him trading this on and off. That thing looks like it could be a nice quick pump. I've traded this a few times for a pump before in my lifetime, and it's pretty interesting. Orchard on Coinbase too. OXT on Coinbase. It looks likely. The bigger time frame's a little sketchy, but this looks good to me. You know, 0.618 fib. I mean, that thing is looking beautiful. 0.618 fib, low stochastics. Everything kind of really gearing up for a move here. Low stokes. I like what I'm seeing here for OXT. So you're telling me I can just sleep 4 hours a day, drink 2 cups of coffee, and have more energy than I've ever thought possible? When does the crash happen, though? I'm just joking. IBIT options, Sam. IBIT options. I don't do IBIT options, man. IBIT, Bitcoin Trust, NASDAQ. IBIT shares. I mean, look how horrible it looks, right? I mean, you're really far away for the 21. Right there, and usually when you're this far apart, you're going to come back down. Rising wedges break down. I'd pull a fib here from about that impulse. Hard to do. That's why I don't like trading the regular markets. See how they're all broken? Trash, man. You have supportive resistance here. See if you can flag out of the 1 hour. More likely that you come down to the 618 though, but watch the flag. If you flag out, Bitcoin's ripping, right? Options will come back into play. And then we gone, baby, gone. Oof. Firm rejection there. And today's playing out like a Monday. I almost want to just close my trades and walk away for the day because we're just not getting the movement I'm normally used to. It's strange, you know. It's feeling very similar to a Monday. So, hello, sir. I don't understand anything, but still watch you. I want to learn. So where do I start? God bless you. Just keep letting it get in as you get a good night's sleep and work out. If you do that, your mind will start to compartmentalize this information and help you greatly. Shout out to Baka Art. Shout out to Tint by Designs, Alex Bro, JV, and Jason Malik, and everybody out there on the live. Thank you. Butterface Organics. That's so funny. Butterface. Brother Sam, thanks for the tea and shared your knowledge. My job as a church musician pays modest at best. But with your help, I made nearly half a year's salary in 1 month trading. Can you see my request with WEEX below? Purple Pepe. Perp. TN Snake with Hat. We hit that. ZEUS on MEXC. And ALGO, please. He says, can you please see my request with WEEX below? I don't understand. Yeah, I can't see what he's saying below. ALGO, ZEUS, and Perp. All right, let's take a look at ALGO. ALGO USDT. Algorand here on MEXC. Algo's been booming to the upside. All right, doing damage. Let's look at it here. I mean, everything seems like it's not going to come back to the 21 on the daily, and it's using the 4 hour as its pump skis. At the same time, like these could be fake pumps that get lackluster on the right side. you know, make a right shoulder and not follow through. Just because the daily's not in your favor, I always get weary of the 4-hour pump. However, I've still seen the both happen. I've seen the 4-hour rip. I've seen it come and make a double top. I'd be wary of a double top here based on the daily right there, right? I may take some off the table if I'm in a leverage trade, wait for it to come and retest to add in possibly. It all depends. Bitcoin at 93,840. We are getting the bounce here for Sammy. Important because the trade got pretty heavy. I don't want to get buried. All right. Algo looks like it could continue, though. I like what I'm seeing on the 4-hour. I don't love what I'm seeing on the 1-hour. I'd wait for it to flag on the 1-hour time frame if I was thinking of getting in. But Algo, I believe 2-3 months from now, it's going to be higher. It's going to be higher. It's a premier coin. It's got good backing. 49 looks very likely not too long from now. It's just going to work out its kinks. But I do like Algo right now. I do own some Algo too. I got in a long time ago though. I bought 30-cent Algo a long time ago. So I'm about to be back at break even after years. Thank the heavens. Let's take a look here at MEXC. Even I make mistakes. Trust me. It's happened. No, it has. It's very rare, but it happens. We got ZEUS for free. I remember with one of my staking, I believe with Jupe, right? We got some free ZEUS. You know, ZEUS looks good to me. I like it. I mean, all of these patterns had at most 90% of assets that have gotten into some consolidative move like this have pumped hard. So this tells me there's an incentive here for a pump. Whoever put this on my radar, you're spot on. And this is what I do. I teach thousands of people my strategy, and they know tight moving averages, high volume node, low stochastics, and then we're ready to rock. The trading group can help itself move on. All right. Everyone is there to incentivize everyone else. Keep the stops somewhere deep. You know, they may just go and grab the stops. Be careful. If everyone puts the stops in the same place, you will create a pool of liquidity. That's why a lot of times I don't like doing what I just did here, because it could conglomerate, right? So let's take a look here. 89 would be the target. And our stop loss would have to be lower than 37 here to make the move. I like what I'm seeing for this. It's looking absolutely beautiful. I got this coin for free. I may sell it at 89. Bitcoin barely holding 93,800. Just barely. That's how we're either going to win or lose my trade. ZEUS looks good to me. I'd have ZEUS on the radar. If I post it, it means I like it better than what I've been looking at throughout the day. Sometimes it's the people that give us the trade. Sometimes it's me. It all depends. But at the end of the day, it's the analysis that identifies the situation. Can you check WALLY the meme? And that would end our super chats. WALLY the meme. All right. Let's take a look at WALLY, the emotional support animal. WALLY, $6 million market cap. You know, it's in that sweet spot. I pumped it. They brought it back down to the 786 Fibonacci. This is where you would get about a move to the upside here. This is where you would get an actual bump up. All right. Again, it could go to zero, but it's already survived the 5 million market cap. It's got good lock liquidity. And it's funny, there's a lot of good coins that don't rug. So now to compete, you can't rug because not every coin rugs anymore, right? So it's interesting, right? It's like, if you want to stay relevant, there's so many coins that are actually not rugging and doing well as memes. There's still a lot of rugs. I'm not saying there aren't, but you see what I mean? There's almost more incentive to do the right thing now than do the wrong thing, because you can make even more money doing the right thing now because you can only rug so much. You know? This looks good to me. Honestly, technical wise, I have no idea about the project, but technically speaking, this is what you want. This is what you go for. 786 retracement and a pump to the upside. All right. Sam, can we look at Sin? God bless. SYN. And then I'm going to kind of, you know, that's going to be it for the super chats for the day, everybody. SYN here on MEXC Synapse. Very low. I have it in a tight channel. I expect it to break out like everything else. It's made higher lows. It's in a giant W. I mean, that's a giant W. They break out 68% of the time, and you're peaking above the daily 200 MA. I just look for a little more like this tight moving averages, and I say it's only a matter of time, and you will see this thing somewhere at 109, 101. All right. All right, and we're going to leave you kind of with the trade that I just made here. If we lose the 200 MA, I lose my trade. If we continue to bounce to the top of the channel, we win. Stochastics are low, suggesting we can't get the bounce. We find a bullish divergence on the 1 minute, on the 1 hour time frame. We will see. We're playing Russian roulette here on the lows, right on this line. We lose this trend line, we dump. If Bitcoin dumps, we could head to 90,300. If Bitcoin pumps, we could head up to 96,008. All right, and it all depends on if we lose this yellow line here, the 200 MA on the 5 minute time frame. We do that, we're going to dump. We gain back to the top of the channel. There's more likely we consolidate and we pump. So in the next I don't know, I'd say 20 minutes to a half an hour, if the candles start to come up here and you're up here, it's more likely we break out. If you see a red candle below here, it's more likely we're going to go further to the downside. So be careful. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Always have a stop loss. Don't get liquidated. I love each and every one of you. I thank you so much for jumping on and making this one of the best live streams in the game. Nobody can touch it. We teach so much. We share so much. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And I thank you so much for coming to the greatest live stream on earth, baby. And you know why it's so great? Because each and every one of you show up and make it great. May God bless everybody in the live. Thank you for coming on in. Thank you for being a part of this amazing journey. The crypto lifers, baby. Nobody can stop the lifers. They can say whatever they want, but they can't outwork us. Remember, what is the secret to success? It's getting started. What are you going to start today that's going to change your life? May God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow. On my chest, laying for the rest, aim with a game on a crest. You can't stop this, can't stop this, and I wanna lock this. And I'm out, man.